Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Tinker, Tailor, Solder, Fry, the Let's Try show here on the mighty Loading Ready Live Video Entertainment Network. My name's Ian Horner. I am one of the host-like people here on this show. Joining me today, as often, is Heather Deary.
Hi. Are you doing a voice?
I don't...
You sound like you're doing a voice.
Is this a bit?
This is what people tune in for.
I'm not sure it is.
No, I'm not sure it is, but you like the ones where I prepare. Hey, I am today going to be continuing on my project to take this old Sony radio that I have pretty much completely destroyed. We let the magic green smoke out of the radio portion last time, and we're going to turn it into a Bluetooth speaker with this and a new piece of equipment I got over the interim period, this tiny little 5-volt Chinese amplifier. It's a single, it's mono, because it only needs to be mono, and it runs off of 5 volts, which is good because that's what the Bluetooth board runs off of. And it was, I think, less than $10, which is also good, because I don't like spending that much money on these projects unless I know what I'm getting into. Heather, what are you going to be doing today?
Today, I'm going to be taking everything off of this Ottoman cocktail thing, piece of furniture. I don't know what they call these.
It's,
It's a cocktail ottoman. You're right.
You slammed 2 words together there, Beej. You called it a cocktail ottoman.
That's 3 words, actually.
All right.
It's not a
Is it
Turk
4?
I don't know.
cocktail
So
Ottoman.
my plan for this is, like, we got this used for free.
Right.
And it's really banged up.
It's kind of jacked
kind of
up.
gross. My original plan was just to reupholster it, but in our new place, we don't have that much room.
Right.
So I'm going to take it apart. I want to cut it in half and change its design and then reupholster it. I don't know how to do any of these things, but I'm sure it'll be okay, or I got this piece of furniture for free, so I guess I don't have a piece of furniture anymore.
To dust, and if there's nothing else.
I'm pretty sure I don't know how to do any of these things has never stopped us on Tinker Tailor Solid Fry.
I don't generally do that many things I don't know how to do in front of people, so that's new.
Ever forward. Maybe we'll learn something this time.
You married
Oh,
me.
no. Are you still sour grapes about that comment? Goodness.
I'm going to have to mic myself eventually, I think.
That's dangerous.
I'm wearing safety glasses.
That's a good idea. I
just
will.
because I'm afraid of accidentally popping out staples
If
into my
things
eyeballs.
get crazy, I will also put on some safety glasses.
I mean, I'm not going to use heavy machinery quite yet, but
Oh, we'll get to that. I mean, eventually we want to take this thing and put it in, make it from one piece into 2 pieces,
yeah,
and that'll require some heavier equipment.
yeah.
Unless we want to spend an entire episode of you hand sawing this thing in half.
No. Not that interested.
I'm actually thinking I might move my soldering iron to the other side just in case you end up bumping into
Oh,
it. Just
that's
for
a
a
safety.
modicum of safety.
That would be good. I'm just going to take these legs off. These feet. I guess they're more feet because they're not really
That
big.
Sony logo.
Sony's not a sponsor. Neither is Matsushita.
Okay, so let's get a piece of tape, and besides Sony, right, not a sponsor.
Other Japanese conglomerates are available. Okay, so what am I going to do here? While you're busy just disassembling this thing, I'm going to make this amplifier part of our system. Now, currently, we've got the Bluetooth chip hooked up, and all it's got going into it is power, and it's also got the audio out as well. So that's all we need at the moment. In fact, that's probably all we're going to need from this chip at all. Just for note, we've also got some inputs if we wanted to add a microphone to it as well. We've also got a bunch of not connected ports. There's a comm plug, a volume up and down, and hopefully we won't need to ever deal with those. We'll just be doing it at max volume, and we'll be using potentiometers to deal with the audio. And that's where the next step is going to be. So on this little guy here, we've got.
You placed the speaker at exactly the right
the angle where you can't
block
see
the camera.
anything.
There you go.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to bring out the little webcam here too, because that might be easier to show off what's going on. There we go. So we've got. There we go. So there's the in-ports for the power. Those are the out-ports for the speaker. Really nice connectors on those. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a pre-assembled board that had that sort of nice screw-down connector for the input. So we have this, which is a mini jack input, which means we're going to have to remove that and then solder our out lines from the Bluetooth board here. Get them going onto here. What I also want to do is to preserve as much of the radio as I can. I'm going to have to take the cover off here anyway. Oh, that beautiful veneered wood. One day you'll be clean. Right now you're just covered in sticky stuff that I don't know what you are.
I mean, I'd ask, but I also have not bothered to clean what I'm working on, so...
Ooh, hey, crunchy bits. Is it particle board? Is it something else? We'll never know.
Not gonna ask.
Got to take the knobs off. And let's find out if the potentiometers we've got on this board here inside are compatible with what we've got on the board here, because this, while it does have a volume knob, does not have a power switch in it like these knobs do. They click on and off. Which means I'm going to need a screwdriver. Which means we'll have to get into my tools here. How's it going for you, Heather?
Well, these are really long screws that someone put in the bottom of the feet.
Okay.
Just like...
Oh, those, yeah, nice big long wood screws.
Yeah. So...
They've got to come off.
I don't know. I mean, if I cut this thing in half, I'm gonna have to do something about other feet.
Are you still going to use those feet?
I don't know.
I mean, they're pre-drilled.
I could use them on one of them. I didn't think that far in advance.
Why not?
We could buy some half domes,
Ooh,
and then it would slide easier.
half domes might be nice. Definitely think I'm gonna like cover the feet with something, like a felt, for if we ever get hardwood floors again.
I forgot how I got this out of here. Oh, wait. I need to take the screw all the way out, and then it just lifts out.
Ian,
Yeah.
you have an advantage. If you can't remember how you did something, chat probably watched the last one, and they could send you the clip.
I really appreciate you guys doing that too, Chad. I mean, I wouldn't. But... Okie dokie. Here's that beautiful Sony brushstroke based IC design. So we're looking at these pots have, okay, that's just one pot, that's the other pot, that's the clicky pot. God, those beautiful pots. This has 4 in it. It is a B50K. I have no idea what these pots are or even how to figure out what they might be. I really want to use them. Looks like, so I'm just going to do some playing around with the my multimeter here and see if I can get some readings off of these pots to figure out how it'll work. Obviously this is ground because it's the black one. That's usually.
You want to hear a story?
No.
Sure.
Yeah. Ground in a Mercedes-Benz is brown.
Ah,
Black is something else.
Well then. Huh, how do I remove these staples?
so
The end.
the end of story. Okay, so we're getting some readings off this here. Let's just maneuver the
Chad is wondering if there's going to be some kind of final exam at the end of the season of Tinker Tailor
What
Solid
did we
Fry.
learn?
Yeah.
Well, first we have to figure out what qualifies as a season.
Yeah.
Are
and
we 6 episode because we're British, which we're not?
I think
Or are
it's a
we
series.
13? Are we
If I hear
26?
if I hear the word "cour" on this show, I will murder someone.
Are we 26? Are we 52? I mean, 52 is generally a weekly, so I guess maybe we're more 26.
If you move that back a little bit, I'll be able to see that.
Yeah. There.
Totally can't read it.
No.
All right.
There's got to be some way I can do this.
Scream out the numbers.
I mean, it's going to be upside
There
down.
we go. No, that's completely unreadable.
Well, can you make it say boobies?
Not without a lot of work. I'll let you guys know when I've figured that out. So I'm just going to use
No.
my...
Now I kind of want somebody to like make a circuit that somehow does
Just says boobies.
does like 8,008
Yeah. Or
8,085
8085.
milliamps or whatever, just so it could do that. Yeah.
So I guess there's like a tool you can get to actually remove staples. And it's like a triangle or something. Am I bothering you, Peach?
A staple remover.
No, it's a triangle piece.
How is it?
Yes, it's not just a staple remover.
What have you opted for?
I've opted for the flat head of a screwdriver
It's a great idea.
because that's what a DIY site told me to do.
Oh, Heather,
They're otherwise useless.
I actually have a tool that might help you there on my keyring.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a miniature crowbar.
Oh, I like this better.
Let me see if I can get it off my keyring here for
A
you.
non-miniature crowbar in the car.
Are you
Peach's
saying you
crowbar
have
was
not a crowbar,
too
or do you
big.
saying you have?
Ian's crowbar was too small.
I don't want to know about your guys' crowbars.
Excuse me.
I mean, the DIY site I watched said, yeah, take a screwdriver, hit a hammer to the back to get it underneath, and then just to pull it up. But these aren't that long.
Something I got in one of those proto loot box things that were loot boxes before loot boxes. It's actually a made in USA, US government mini pry bar with a little nail thing and
Neat.
pry. We'll see if it works out for you at all in any way.
What does the government use mini pry bars for?
Opening miniature crates, I'd assume.
Wait, how did you get it out of your crate?
Shit.
Sorry, Ian, it's not.
You smash the crate with a large crowbar.
Smash the crate!
Yeah, it's for very, very small head crabs.
Yeah. Okay, so that provides constant resistance on the yellow. The blue provides
Would you like me to prop the camera?
there we go.
No.
So the blue one is where all of our
Burning youth.
yeah, all of our burning youth is. What?
Don't mind Beach. We haven't watched anime in a while, and so he's making everything else around him into one.
Okay, so blue and black. What happens if there's anything between blue and yellow? That's what I'd like to know. This is how we figure things out.
I don't know if there's that much going on between Instinct and Mystic.
Okay, blue and yellow also has their own resistance. Interesting.
Do you want a second set of hands on it? I mean, I can also start pulling staples.
If you want.
So, now I need to figure that out with this guy here. Because I do really want to have that switch involved. So that is a 3-pole pot. Not often I get to say pole pot on stream, but
Pole pot?
he was a very bad man. I think we can get away with saying that.
Okay. If you say so. I don't know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I'm going to try scraping away some more of the glue on there, see if I can get a reading of what's actually happening, but, you know,
I'm still going to have to take the staples out, but...
one of these... Okay, so I'm going to have to look at the bottom
wow.
here.
It's
Ooh, hey.
broken under here.
You want to turn that towards camera?
Just a sec.
That was way easier than removing the staples.
Oh, I still have to remove them to get the vinyl off.
Oh,
but I
man,
thought
there's-
they'd be easier to see.
There's like a billion staples there. Oh, jeez.
But
There's a good shot of the break.
it's actually
Oh, that ain't good.
Well,
Broken.
The nice thing is that's actually really easily fixable.
I mean, I'm cutting it in half. Do I even need that?
If you're cutting in half, you probably don't.
So, I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
Was somebody using this at Desert Bus?
Oh,
One would.
Our cat used to go in there and throw up, so maybe that's...
Beach. I was avoiding people finding that out.
How heavy is your cat?
Ask how heavy his barf is. It's like a shotgun sound in a breaking porcelain.
I don't know what this is about. Ian, do you know what, like, is going on in here? Like, there's this red piece of...
Yeah, there's a red piece of fabric.
It's on 4 sides. It's attached to here, and
Yeah, that's.
I don't know
and
what-
you've got some other ones
Oh, yeah.
too. Those are.
Backing for the phone?
They could just be like a
I don't know much about furniture.
thing to keep them in place. Wow, it looks like this thing's actually already been repaired once. Just looking at the staples in the middle of that cross piece.
Oh,
in the middle.
wow. Yeah, like, all the nails have come out of here. This is
But
bowed.
look at the break point right in the middle of that
Yeah, you're
crossbar.
right. Wow. Yeah. So, this one?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of these, but then yeah, as Ian pointed out in the break, there's a bunch of stapling
Oh, jeez.
that happened, but along
It
here,
broke and they tried to staple it back
along
together.
here, this piece of wood has actually bowed in, and the nails are all coming out.
This looks like it was already on an episode of Tinker Tailor Solder Fry.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit more intense than I was expecting, I think, initially. Like, I can take this piece of fabric out, right?
What's
Like-
it attached to?
The underside here, and then, like, this part here. But I don't know why.
So you take it out and the entire thing just falls apart.
That'd be easy then, yeah.
Well, I guess I might as well. Ever forward?
Never learning.
Mostly not.
Actually, yeah, I can see some old staple marks from beside the other staples, too, on here. I don't think this has been reupholstered, though. I do think they opened up the whole thing to fix it. Huh. Mystery furniture. You were free.
I'm getting the feeling that this free furniture might end up being quite expensive.
The upholstery especially.
I don't know. I think Fabricland has a sale going on right now.
Oh, good.
Though, I think I have to renew my membership again. I don't know. I didn't plan that far.
Most of the DIY guides.
You didn't plan to the upholstery part of the reupholstering?
Nope.
Excellent.
Most of the DIY guys generally just say upholster over the old stuff.
I don't know what DIY guides you've been reading, Beach, but I've not seen those.
Yeah, I saw one.
Just so people know, you didn't just get this
Nope.
Ottoman to do this work. You guys have had this Ottoman for a while. 3 years?
Couple years now?
Couple of years now, right?
Beach, can I ask you to get me a
Yeah.
power bar, please?
Oh man, I really wanted that sentence to end in Power Stone.
Power Stone.
Yeah.
Beach, bring me the Chaos Emeralds.
Why do we want those?
That's still my favorite fanfiction.txt. Obama chuckled to himself.
Huh,
Chaos
the
Emeralds, you
Chaos
said.
Emeralds.
Yeah, you have one on the back wall. You know where you're going to do
Yep.
this.
I know what I'm doing here.
Take off everything.
Because I'm gonna need power. I'm not getting the right readings, I think, from this pot, so I need to power it.
This is power like 110 volts on 15 amps.
I'm learning so much here.
So what we'll do is we'll take the red wire and the black wire and just jam them. No. That's not how we do this. We built a power supply yesterday last time by tearing apart a power supply.
That is true.
I don't know if that's called building a power supply.
Repurposing,
Yep.
upcycling. It's
Yeah.
it's a buzzword, right? Still.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
let's
got a shot.
double check to make sure that that's giving the power we want. It should be DC volts. We're looking for 5, so we'll set the multimeter to 20. And we're getting 5. Cool. Okay. Let's hook that guy up. Turn off the power bar, find a tiny screwdriver.
When I get to play with the staple gun eventually, I'm going to use so many less staples than are actually in here. There's a bunch that are doubled up on this
Too
side.
many staples.
Ian, this is like half a centimeter apart.
That is.
Like, these are doubled up.
Oh god,
This-
the double
This has been like taken off and then put back on without the staples being removed.
Too many staples. Okay.
Isn't some of that for the ticking?
I feel like maybe somebody took it apart and then just tried to put it back and it wasn't going well and they kind of panicked
Actually, now that I think about it,
and just were
Beach,
like, more staples, more staples, more staples.
could you find me a mini jack to mini jack cable, if we have one?
Probably.
Great. If you could please.
Yeah, we definitely do have.
Yeah. Because I realized I should probably test this amplifier to make sure it's going to do what we want it to do. Ooh, I think my watch just updated.
I didn't realize you could do that with what you were doing there.
So we've already cut the black and white cables off the speaker, and hopefully it'll work. We're gonna find out soon. soldering iron's getting hot, so that's nice. It has been getting hot for the last while.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah. So that works.
Otherwise, that would be rather disappointing as a soldering iron.
All right. Well, I guess I can put my tools back.
Like a responsible adult?
Yep. Pry bar, you go back on the keyring. For those of you playing along at home, the pry bar was indispensable after Desert Bus 6 for removing some of the tape from the carpet.
How would they know that? Did we cover that?
I think we did cover that in a loading time.
It's that's
Was loading time a thing at season 6? Or
that really
Desert
says
Bus
something.
6?
I feel like that says something positive about the tape, that it required a pry bar in order to get it off.
Well, I mean, it was kids. Listen to your Uncle Ian. Do not use painter's green masking tape to go onto carpet. You're just asking for it to get ground in, and you will never be able to get it off.
Here.
Please do.
That is HDMI cable.
Yeah, but I saw something at the bottom of it. It looked like what I was looking for.
Did I hear that right? Did Paul just go, beach, please? Please, beach.
Please, beach. Beach, please.
Please.
If you find one, I'm going to be so upset.
Well, prepare for some waterworks.
So, fun fact, Paul is the one who actually organized the tubs of cables. So if there's anyone who's going to be able to find what he's looking for, I'm really hoping it's Paul.
I would expect so, but at the same time, Paul's not the only one who comes in here and moves things.
It's true. In the meantime, place your bets now.
I don't think we can do that. That's gambling. I'm pretty sure that's against US.
They're gambling against US.
Who found it?
Yay.
How short?
That's
Is that okay?
long enough.
Okay.
Okay,
It's in
let's...
the adapter's bin.
No,
Bring-
who found it?
Paul did.
Okay.
Why would I look at the adapter's bin?
Look, that was important.
I didn't even know we had an adapter's bin.
Adapters, I figured, I made that call. I figured it was a short enough cable that it's effectively an adapter as opposed to an actual cable.
I agree.
Okay, so, hooked up. Now let's...
So should we be hearing some sweet tunes now?
Nope, because the speaker isn't hooked up yet. And also the phone isn't playing anything. So as soon as I get the speakers hooked up, I'll power things up and then we'll start listening. Let's turn it all the way down first this time.
I'll jack your phone.
I'm sorry?
I'll get on the Bluetooth before you do and jack your speaker.
Well, no, this is a direct connection through the mini jack, which we will, as I said, remove, but... Okay, power is hooked up, phone is hooked up, power is on. Let's make sure of that.
I don't know where that staple went.
That's the spirit.
Someone will find it later. Probably be me.
Again, can you just move the speaker a little bit if possible?
Maybe.
Can you go in under the vinyl? Would that help?
Kind of.
I'm kind of trying.
Okay, so, looks to me like the speaker is not getting power for some reason. So let's make sure that it's still outputting power. DC voltage 20.
I can actually tell where some of the new staples were put
Ah, that's why.
because they didn't actually put them in the wood.
Because your power supply had fallen apart?
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So this needs to be held shut by
Tape.
tape or a binder clamp.
Are you
Binder clamp.
doing that thing where you leave non-mechanical
That tape will be fine.
stuff
Binder
inside
clamp.
your?
We have a lot of staples.
Yeah, we could just staple this thing together.
Be just very excited about that binder clamp.
Gaff, gaff, gaff.
Yay.
That's
Gaffy
not a
tape.
binder clamp.
Okay.
How's it going? Is it backwards?
Are you asking me how the sand people
Yeah, they make, how to
make
make the sound.
their gaffy tapes?
Is it through there? They go backwards? Is that how it's done?
I'm not sure you're allowed to say that, Beach.
Beach,
I didn't call them sand people, did I?
Beach, please.
They're Tuscan Raiders, aren't they?
Beach, please.
Okay, great. So now it's getting power. Now let's reconnect it. This is going to be the best tangle of wires. Okay, voltage
Okay, here's previous staple.
in. Ooh, ow.
You okay, Ian?
Yeah, everything's fine. It was just pointy. It wasn't actually charged.
You're not bleeding?
Oh darn. There's a bit of a betting pool on the chat for if you're gonna shock yourself. So it's relevant.
Oh,
If you,
it's going to happen at some point. Okay, power goes on. Now we
Ian.
make music go.
Ian, you remember what I told you before, right? You're not allowed to get hurt
Right.
with blood on the stream because that's for LT.
Right. Well, this is.
You're under
I mean,
contract.
electric shock is not gonna have much blood, really.
No, you can't have any. Hello.
So the amplifier works.
What you playing?
This is a song called Megane. It's about glasses.
Sure it is. Broken glasses.
Okay, so I don't think this thing is ready for line level. We'll tune all that up in time. Ooh. Okay, good. No sneeze.
So the issue there was just you're putting too much voltage through it.
Well, actually, what I was doing here was just testing to make sure that this thing actually works before I start
Hooking it all up.
hooking everything up.
And that has proven to be the case.
That has proven, yes, that it does work.
That wasn't a very good test of the quality of the speaker.
No. Wasn't a good test of the quality of anything for that matter. Okay, you can go away for a moment, phone. Go back to updating my watch.
You're gonna get a new driver? Or a new speaker?
No, the old speaker is going to be exactly what we want to use on this thing for the moment. Because that way I don't have to fit a new speaker into the cabinet. Okay,
Arguably maybe the easiest thing you can do, I would assume.
let's see here if... You know what, why not test as well if the... Let's make sure that the Bluetooth board works with the with the amplifier as well at the same time.
You just gotta touch it to the end of the...
So ground, for some reason, I've made red on both of these. That's good work there, Ian.
Okay.
Didn't you just talk about how?
I totally did, and then I checked it, and this is why we have conventions. And then you ignore them.
Conventions are made to be broken,
Yep.
I believe is the term.
I thought conventions were made to be gone to. They don't have to pay for a badge and...
And a really expensive hotel.
You should just put a little post-it note on it for future Ian that just says, "Remember,
Sorry.
it's opposite day."
Yeah.
Oh. But what does that mean? If it's opposite day, is it really opposite day or is some note in opposite?
Ooh, actually, this will allow me to figure out which holes to solder the speakers into as well, thus saving me one more step. Okay. Let's reconnect the. Reconnect the speaker here. Come on. There we go. goes in there.
Nice.
And white goes in there. And Sony engineers were so racist. Okay. That's all good. And what do these connect to? Those are going to connect to the mini jack port. Let's power back up. Okay, blue speaker is flashing. That means it's looking for a friend. Beej, do not connect to this thing.
Maybe you shouldn't say those steps out loud, Ian.
I see it.
And I'm connected. Good. All right. Continue the playing of music. Turn up the speaker.
Just one of
We leave it low. And now we're just going to poke around with these two wires around the speaker hole. I mean, by speaker hole, I mean the mini jack port.
Oh, because you have to hit the ring that.
Yeah, I need to find out which ports or which cables are tip and ring and sleeve and whatnot. But yeah, I can hear that it's putting out power through the speaker. I can see that it's putting out power through the Bluetooth connection there. That's just a matter of
Oh.
It works.
It's like there's a little person trapped inside, and you keep poking them to make them sing for a bit.
that doesn't sound half bad. It's as good as I want it to, and I only need the one cable, which is really weird. Okay, so any of those four connectors will be fine. Good to know. We might as
Familiar?
well hook those all up.
Thanks, Alex, to read it.
Why not? Okay, disconnect the speaker, and we're going to desolder the mini jack port, which may be useful in the future.
So that all worked fine. So now the process is just actually like making that permanent,
Well, yeah, exactly.
not having to stand there holding it all the time.
Yeah. And then also connecting the switch on to to the port. Okay, let's disconnect the power and the glory. Remember, kids, this time ground is red.
The floor is lava.
That's a terrible thing to tell kids. Remember, kids, occasionally things are opposite.
Just remember that they're always just make sure they're always internally consistent, and everything will be fine.
No one will ever get mad at you. Least of all engineers.
I have one row of staples done.
Do you need extra hands to do another row?
You helped me for like all of a minute, and then you ran away.
Well, you said you were
I did ask.
Have you come back?
In retrospect, I did ask him to leave.
Yeah, but I expected him to come back.
All right, I'm coming back then. I'll go get my
Okay.
tool.
So somebody was asking what the Bluetooth board you're using is.
It is marked as a KRC 86B version 4.0. So it uses the Bluetooth low energy.
The 4.0 refers to Bluetooth 4.0?
Correct. And you can find those on eBay rather readily. They shouldn't cost you more than about $10.
Yeah, they're really in there.
It's probably a pneumatic stapler.
This is my first time using this soldering iron, so
Oh, is it new?
yep, brand new. My old one could no longer get new tips for it.
Oh, that's a shame.
What I should do in the future is probably pick up some desoldering braid, but for now we're just going to use leverage and heat to pop that sucker off. Let me see if I can reposition this so the camera can see better what I'm doing.
The lower camera there, would that help? Or?
No, I think I've got it actually. So just going to get the screwdriver in there. It'll be like tickling the dragon's tail.
The hell does that mean?
I don't want to know. I mean, I kind of do, but I'm afraid of what it means.
So what you're doing now is actually desoldering.
Yes,
You're
Go
using
get
the
your power then.
hot soldering iron to melt the solder that is holding that. on.
correct. So that it can just hopefully pop right out with just a little bit of force. Ideally. Wedge my way in there. Get it a side at a time. Okay, looks like we're getting close. This would be a lot easier to do with desoldering braid, but I'm a chump. Okay, it's coming.
Wait. What is desoldering braid? I don't actually know.
Oh, desoldering braid is just a like a braid of copper or another braid of metal that's highly conductive and it kind of is used to absorb the solder. So you lay the braid down on top of the soldered components that you want to remove,
Oh, I see.
and then it sucks up the solder, leaving just the connectors, and you can just pull the thing off.
Cool.
So it makes this process a lot easier.
Should that be smoking like that?
Maybe.
It's not the maybe, it's the tone of the maybe.
Like, I don't know that it shouldn't be smoking like that. Again, brand new soldering ironing. We're finding things out today. There we go. I felt something give, which is always something you want to feel whenever you're dealing with electronics. Okay, good. I think one side is almost completely out here now. In fact, one side is completely out. Hooray! We're on our way, kids. Okay, that's another piece out, leaving just these last two. There they go. I think that's it. Oh, one piece is left. Just hanging on by just a tiny... There we go. She's out.
Apply more force.
Would you like this underneath?
So that is a tiny little mini jack.
I mean,
get
you're
that up in
being
the,
served this all
webcam.
over the floor.
Am I?
Aren't you?
No, they're still in here.
I'll keep that around for another project in the future. Who knows what we'll need it for. But one of these days I'm going to say, hey, I wish I had a mini jack. And then we will have one.
And so those pins on the bottom of the mini jack correspond to the ring and tip and sleeve.
Exactly. And actually, you can get if you look in the back there, the lighting's not very good, but you can actually then see which part is going to connect with which part. It's a lot easier than just doing guesswork or trace work. Of course, there's also a standard, which I could have looked up, but that involved using my phone for something other than updating my watch. Which is what I'm doing right now. Okay, so step the next, we're going to take the yellow, or not the yellow, the red one here from the audio signal portion, which is Audio R. I'm going to stick it through here. One of these traces. I like this one because it's mostly open. And let's get some solder on that bad boy.
So you're left with a bunch of holes in the board now that you can then reattach stuff to.
Exactly. Make sure to get all the points nice and hot. And that seems pretty good. This soldering iron has a lot more of a point to it than my last one did, and I'm very happy about that. Means I can get a lot more accurate with my welds. Okay, that's in there. Nice. Okay. And I don't, if I remember correctly, I don't even need the ground when connecting this thing up, which is handy.
Solid.
Well, I think if it's all using a mutual ground, that makes sense electronically. I mean, it seems weird, but it was working.
All right.
So,
If it works.
Don't fix it if it's not broke.
exactly. Okay. Speaking of that, let's now break some stuff. Because we want to get this potentiometer off. And I really wonder
you go.
how it works. The hammer is not going to help, Heather.
Hammers are really good for breaking stuff.
I
Pry bar.
Pry bar is also really good. Not what I want to do to this thing.
You said you wanted to break it.
So you want to replace that potentiometer with the one from the one.
That's correct, and I'm wondering how I can do that, or even if I can. I mean, either way, I'm going to have to replace this with a switched one. Although, I could use one of the switches on the front of the device to just be the...
So does the original ones for the radio, do they have like, there's the actual volume part and then there's the click for it to turn on.
Yeah.
Is that click actually a different wire that it's activating?
Let's bring that up here on the back. So this is the back of the potentiometer on the radio itself. So you can see it's got springs. It's actually a mechanical switch,
Oh, neat.
which is just beautiful. And this is the pot off of the little amplifier. The thing that I'm concerned about is this pot works with 6 pins, and the pots on the radio use 3. And I'm sure there's a way I'm not very well versed in potentiometers, but I'm sure there's a way I can adapt this to make it work. So I'm just going to do
Cut 3 of them in half?
cut 3 of them in half. That's not a bad. It's not a bad start. An idea.
Really? I thought that was a terrible idea.
Actually, I'm noticing here there are more. There are 5 connections? Yeah, there are. And 2 of them are at the same place.
If we rotate it, so you're not having to work down, you're working up.
So let's
I don't
see.
know. I mean, you seem to be having more success with the crowbar.
And Aaron
Did
in
you
the
wanna
chat
just switch sides and
does
I'll
say
pull out?
the 6 pins are actually 3 pairs wired together.
Right. So that's.
Well, I'll pull out
So
what
now I
you've
just need to
got,
figure
and then
out
maybe we'll flip
how
it.
it's connected in here. 3 pairs wired
Right.
together.
And 5 connections make sense. 3 for the pot, 2 for the switch.
Right. Right. So that
do we
means
get
that
this to
this,
stay
the
open?
red and orange are probably the switch here.
Yeah.
Let's give that a try and see if that's what's making the connection.
Okay.
Because if that's the case, then it's actually really easy. Let's go with that. So red to red and orange to orange. It'll make a beep. If it's turned on, we'll make a beep. This is just connection mode on the potentiometer, or not potentiometer, on the multimeter. Not sure what, I'm sure it has an actual name, this mode, but
Continuity.
okay, there we go. So that's good to know. Orange and red, that's our switch connection. Which means these 3 guys are the
You're using the mode to tell if you have a
actual
connection.
mode.
You're using that mode to tell if you have a connection of over
Yeah.
groups. Yeah, that's continuity.
Continuity mode, says Beach.
Chat agrees.
Chat concurs. Okie dokie. Now the question I have is, how is the tone connected to? Or is that tone or is that loudness? It's tone. So that's somehow connected to this setup as well.
You don't mind if I tear this a little bit, eh?
No, you can tear all the fabric you want.
You know what? I'm just going to...
And somehow they're like in series.
Well, this is its own little circuit board here. And it's got
Did you want to turn it now?
Yeah, there's
Would
a
it
bit
be
of a
easier on
series
you?
here.
If I work from the bottom, it might actually be better because there's
2 points out
Alright.
there.
Well, let's flip it.
Have a look at that again on the screen here if you want to follow me along here. So this is our tone knob up here.
Are you wanting to repurpose that knob as well?
No, this knob just is cosmetic, basically.
Some serious solder on that, eh?
Yeah, these traces are just ridiculous. And the solder amount is eminently recyclable, I'm sure. So,
All right. Someone says in the chat, the tone control just adds a capacitor. The tone capacitor is over to one side. It is an RC filter. You'll want it in line with the audio channel to roll off the highs or whatever.
okay.
Does that? I hope that makes sense to you because I don't really understand it. But
That kind of makes sense. So maybe not, these two are maybe not the switch themselves. And I'm just about to test that by doing some other connection tests here. That and that, okay, no. So black does not connect to either of those. Let's double check to make sure it's still working the way I think it is. Yep. Okay, red and yellow. Nothing. Yellow and blue. Nothing. How about orange?
Paul, can you mute me for a little bit? I want to swear.
why would you want that to be muted?
Because I'm probably going to swear a lot.
All right. Chat,
Beach!
chat, just imagine
I'm not
what
on
what
near
Heather's going
other
to be
mics.
saying.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Ian will speak over his mic to possibly mask some of the sounds of Heather's filthy, filthy sailor mouth. Please enjoy these words that are not the 7 that you can't say on television, as said by Heather Deary.
She swears like a sailor senshi.
They are so fucking in here and I hate it.
Heather's not having a good time. Well, you know what? We can't hurt anything really.
That's the spirit.
So let's just remove this pot from the circuit board, and then we'll just we'll do this trial and error style.
Then we'll go for broke.
More desoldering action.
You fucking simple.
You want to trade spots?
Yes.
5 or 6.
You having a good workout there?
Yeah.
That's the best.
I'm probably done swearing now.
You're doing pretty good.
Turn on your mic again.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Hey,
Sometimes you just need to let it out.
Heather's feeling a little better now.
I'm taking my boots off.
Okay.
Actually, you know what would be really good?
And Aaron says, check the ratings on the pots.
The ratings on the pots. This one says B50K. This one doesn't have markings.
That is the mystery one.
Yep, this one is old.
There's one that says 50k ohm. The one on the radio is unknown.
Yep. It says VR2, but... Oh, the pins are marked, though. That's nice. 1, 2, and 3. So that should help, actually. I mean, at the very worst, if this doesn't work, I can order a switching pot of the same rating as the one on the board and add it in.
Is that the one I was having problems with? It's really in there, isn't it?
Drove that in the
It's-
wrong direction.
Someone in the chat is saying, yeah, I kind of want the Ottoman to the vinyl to actually be covering another fabric that's like lime green or something.
Just going all the way down.
But it's like immaculate. It's super pretty. It's just they didn't like the color. I'd be okay with that. I might just stop there.
Two right up the top of each other.
Oh, is that why I was having?
Well, this is
Aaron says use the multimeter in resistance mode to work out the range for it.
The resist. Yep, that's
yeah, but how do I
I-
remove the staples with it?
no. Sorry, that's
magnets.
Aaron Man who's saying this,
And Aaron,
and Aaron. Yes, that's what I've been.
who seems to know something about this kind of
Yeah,
thing.
no, you're being extremely helpful, and I'm really appreciating it. So I'm just not sure which sections to connect to. Maybe I need to power it to find out for sure. Because that was the problem. I wasn't getting any readings on it when I was checking it out by itself.
No, put it on top.
Fixed.
No, put it on top.
Okay, do not connect power to the
Like
out
stand.
port. Connect power only to the in port.
I think it'll fall off.
Okay, fine.
Sorry.
Red goes in ground. Pants become shorts.
What?
Sorry, I'm on a sour cream kick lately.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Are you caught up?
Yes.
Nice.
I hope everyone in chat is caught up in
Oh,
Steven
we're-
Universe.
we're
And
not
if you're
gonna spoiler.
We're not going to talk about it.
But-
Say resistance measurements are done using the meter only, no power.
Okay, interesting. So, well, you know what? I'm going to acknowledge my ignorance here, Aaron. So, where should I be? Have a look at the bottom here, and tell me what should I connect to what on these 6 pins at the bottom, in order to figure out.
So those 6 pins
Resistance.
are the 6 pins hooked up to the potentiometer?
Correct. The 6 big ones. Oop. And we can
I like that because there's the crosstalk of people also some people are like cut it in half. But I think they're talking about the Ottoman.
Have you cut it in half yet?
No. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Where's your nippers?
Oh, they're up here.
Okay, so those two, when jacked up, and resistance 2, 1. That doesn't seem right.
So here, Ian, do you want to just show that to the camera again?
Yep.
All right. So from this view, which is the view that they're seeing, it says the center pin is the wiper, the thing that
Okay.
varies the resistance. It goes 1, 2, 3, which can change to 12, 3, or 1, 23, depending on where the wiper is. Does that make sense?
So this is the wiper.
And then R4V5 says there's a horizontal row of 3. The ones on the right of the camera view are connected to the ground plane. The middle ones are the wiper. The left ones are power.
Okay, so these would be power, wiper, ground.
I'm hoping that is making sense.
Okay, that does. So that means I need to measure these two against each other. I think. Aha! Now I'm getting it. I need to connect to 2 of them at the same time to find things out. Okay. So,
Say the bottom row is all just shorted together. It's for grounding.
okay. I see that now. So the top row is the one. Okay.
Saying why did they spec a double gang pot when the bottom is all shorted? So apparently it was over spec'd, I guess. They're not actually using all those bottom pits.
Maybe they made a higher spec model. That could use,
Oh God, no! They probably just picked what they had on hand.
And just said, just do this. Okay.
Or there might have been a reason for it. But now I'm learning things. God damn, we're not supposed to do that.
No, we're not.
It might have been an older.
Or it's saying it might be for a stereo connection.
That would make sense. Actually, that would make a lot of sense because this is specifically a mono board.
Ian, we're gonna have to blank your memory after you finish that.
After this episode?
Yeah.
You'll be so pleased because you'll have no idea how you made it.
It'll be like magic. It'll be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get that there. Touch it all.
Do you want to try?
No, I'm good.
So this is all just trying to find out which one of those wires you're supposed to actually be soldering to, right?
Well, also to find out how much resistance this pot gives.
All right, and whether attaching the other ones will totally mess it up.
Exactly. Yeah. Third hand. Super useful all the time.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering why you had something in your mouth just like a few moments ago. You okay, Beach?
Very good.
Just think, this will either be really nice when we're done, and we'll take very good care of it, or it'll all not work out and go in the garbage and hours of time wasted.
That's fine. Well, not wasted so much as, I mean, we got entertainment value out of it.
I guess that's true.
Learning.
Chat's always worth it.
If nothing else,
It's true.
If nothing else, I will have learned exactly why these are $400.
Ah, there you go. There you go. Just the cost of the staples alone.
Yeah. The amount in scrap you can get from the thousands upon thousands of staples.
Yeah, that's just the amount of aluminum or iron or whatever it is. Those staples is probably worth.
Is it at least ferrous?
Yeah. That's probably ferrous. I haven't actually taken a magnet to it. Yeah, that
0.8.
is breaking.
M Kid says maybe the real Ottoman was the friends we made along the way,
0.8.
In the Ottoman
and
Empire.
that we then sat on.
Hey, we got there.
You got there?
No. We got there for the Ottoman Empire jokes.
Oh, okay.
I was waiting for them.
Oh yeah.
I always believe in chat to be able to come up with puns and jokes.
It's weird. No matter what I do, I'm always getting 0.8
What if you try
ohms of resistance.
3 wires at once?
All 3 wires.
Have you
madness.
tried just, I don't know, something other than 0.8?
Yep. Oh, actually, I can just do that by touching these things.
Ian's
0.8.
doing some volt touching.
0.8.
I think you mean Voltorb.
0.8.
Got there.
0.8.
You little...
And Aaron says connections between pin 1 and 3 should be giving a constant 50k ohms.
Okay.
1 and 2 or 2 and 3 will be giving some fraction of that.
So 1 and 3 should be getting constant 50?
Yes.
50k ohms. Oh.
That's a lot of resistance.
From that or from the staples?
From the 50
Well.
ohms is a lot of resistance. That's it.
And
Huh.
the ones at the bottom, like the ones at the edge of the board, are the ones that are shorted together. So you're not going to get anything out of those.
Okay.
It's the ones that are higher up on the board,
Yeah, so
There you go.
farther down.
That's neat.
depending on how you're holding the board. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about either.
It looks like it's
That might be where my problem is.
I think we'll find out when we can actually pull it out.
yeah.
I'm trying to take them directly off the back of the thing here too. Okay, that's 0. Point 9. Okay, that's something.
Oops.
Point 9. 0. Point 9.
I'm not going to get any closer. I'm not getting any closer because I don't want either of us to slip and hit each other.
Interesting.
Oh, well, you keep doing that.
Let's see what this one
I'll
gets us.
start working over here.
If we can find a difference.
I'm going to rotate this.
So there's something that's not quite right here.
Yeah. Okay, so I can see now when working with this one, it goes up to 38, 40. And actually,
Okay.
that might have something to do with
Okay,
me
good.
touching it too. It shouldn't really. $47.2. That's so close to 50 that I'm almost okay with it.
But should you be? What kind of variance are you allowed in a thing like that?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It was just my fingers getting in the way. So we are looking at 50k resistors on the original Sony thing. Question is how to hook it up. But I feel confident in removing this thing. Actually, you know what? The reason it might not be working is it may have been partially disconnected in my desoldering attempt. Let's continue re-desoldering it. I'm gonna rush forward on this.
You going to see if you can get there before we do?
Oh no, you've got a ways to go.
You don't want to race?
I don't want to race.
Me neither.
We're more likely to get hurt than Ian in this one.
It's true.
Apparently, 10 or 20% tolerance is pretty normal
Normative.
for these kind of things.
Don't be normative. But that's good.
They're also kind of, there's been some requests to find out what the resistance of a staple is.
Give me a staple.
Okay, just a sec. you go.
Thank you. Okay.
Can I borrow this?
Just a sec. I just got one more here.
Wow.
Ah, there we
see
go.
it there. Yeah.
There we go. Far back to it. Okay, staples down here.
Let's get that one right there.
Resistance of a staple is
I'll grab it then.
0. There is
Wait
no
a minute, we have a
resistance.
superconducting staple?
Oh, what a relief.
I mean, you might say 0.
Let's turn up
think
the
there-
let's turn up the tolerance.
There's
Oh
a-
my god, that's the most valuable staple in the world. Room temperature superconductor. Oh.
I needed that.
Yep. No resistance in the staple. Sorry, guys.
Well, I guess we don't need to keep them then.
We weren't going to.
I guess we weren't going to keep them then. There we go. Come here. Come here.
I keep forgetting. So many switches in my lap right now. I keep forgetting which one is the one that turns on the power for the soldering iron and the power supply.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're gonna have to think about some circuit design. But I'm also curious now if there's any resistance in this thing. There is no resistance in the switch system. Good. That's straight up power. Are we hot yet? We are hot.
Wait. You're playing with power?
Now you're playing with power.
I'm playing with superpower.
Oh, Super Nintendo.
Yep.
You okay there?
Oh, it's not coming.
Chad points out that despite its lack of resistance on the voltmeter, they seem to be very resistive to being pulled out of that stupid Ottoman.
It's all that wood. Wood's a good resistor. I wouldn't blame the staple.
I'm so glad that I decided earlier today to play a rhythm game until my wrists gave out.
Oh,
so that I
no.
could do this now.
What rhythm game were you playing?
Hatsune Miku second F.
It's probably D that
Yeah.
second.
I was playing on extreme mode to see if I could still do it because it's been a while. And I can.
Just
But-
to see if you could.
I mean, there's another one coming out at the end of the month. I thought
We did a story on Checkpoint about the new VR one.
Yeah,
VR
VR was
one,
telling me about
eh?
that. That sounds
Yeah, it's you're basically like, it's not actually like a rhythm game really in the same way, but you're like in the audience of a Hatsune Miku concert,
Oh, that sounds.
and your two controllers are glow sticks.
So you
and
can
then
learn
you-
how to properly glow stick.
And then once you have, if you build up enough, whatever
energy.
energy, then you get to like dance on stage with Hatsune Miku.
And everyone gets really angry that you got picked.
Yeah, but yeah, it's all VR. Which I guess realistically is not that different from going to a Hatsune Miku concert in real life. Really,
Should we flip it again?
it's probably more realistic.
Well, you can get on the Vita. There's a concert mode with AR, where you can put down this card, and a little version of them will.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of neat.
Well, if there's anything that Rhythm Heaven has taught me, it's that if you do the wrong dance moves at a concert, fans will get very upset at you.
Everyone
no.
just stops dancing
Ian,
and stares at
Ian,
you.
monkeys will get very
Sorry,
upset
monkeys
with
will get very upset with you.
It's not a very nice thing to call your fellow
No,
concert goers.
they were monkeys.
Actual monkeys.
Monkeys are big fans of idol groups. At least as far as Rhythm Heaven is concerned.
I'm not like blocking the shot terribly, am I?
You're fine.
No, in fact, you're almost not in the shot. Well, now you are. But.
All right. Well,
You're fine. Don't worry about it.
We probably should actually take a commercial break sometime soon.
Okay. Well,
So, if you have any more swearing that you want to do, Heather, this would be the time. Well, not right now, but yeah.
I didn't want. I try not to swear on stream too much because I don't feel like people need to hear that.
you're better than that.
You have a brand image to uphold.
And
For God's sake.
and I wanted to swear a lot right there, so I just didn't want to object people to that.
I've almost got this
Yeah,
this
I know,
pot
right?
out, so
that's not.
how about we... Hey, there we go.
Hey!
Perfect. That's done. Let's take a commercial break.
Thank goodness.
All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes. All right.
You don't need to and we're back. Welcome back to Tinker Tailor's Soldier Fry here on the mighty Loading Radio Live network. Today we are in the process of removing, well, just disassembling an Ottoman for the
No.
moment.
I'm skinning it.
Wow, I'm glad I don't hunt because there's way more staples than I thought there would be in animals.
Yeah.
And I am in the process of
Just let me get these. out.
adapting a Bluetooth radio
'Cause there's-
or a Bluetooth radio amplifier system into this old Sony radio. So it's going to look nice and sit in my kitchen and play my movies. Podcasts. Anyway, at this stage in the game, we have just removed the potentiometer that does not have the clicky for the power from this amplifier circuit board. And we're
Okay.
going to start trying to attach, playing around with
Got them all?
attaching the one from the Sony, which does have a clicky bit, to see if we can make it do what we want. So, for that, I'm just going to start poking holes and see if I can make it work the way I want it to. Which means I am going to need to hook it back up to the speaker. Which means I'm going to need to clear some space here.
Yeah.
All right, let's get that over here. Eventually, I'm actually going to keep the power cord that this thing came with,
Yeah.
and use it in the final setup. Okay, let's connect the speaker back up. Where is my tiny screwdriver? This side out is black, in is white.
As always, Ian, is that the Moonbrow you're drinking there?
Yes, indeed. This is the what people have been calling the Horner Special Reserve.
Ah.
It's a kit beer, but it is a summer wicked wheat using the German Weissen yeast from Weibrow or Y yeasts.
So it's a kit that's been modified.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just to add a liquid yeast, because I find the liquid yeast actually makes a real difference in getting a good beer. Ah, I forgot to power it. That's the sound of the beach banging on the Ottoman. Song of the summer.
Summer's over.
Please, can it be?
I would really like it to be. It's been too hot lately.
I can't get
Today and yesterday was okay.
Yeah, yesterday was bad. Today was better than, not yesterday, but like the last few days. Because there was a decent breeze, but it was still quite warm.
How was that attached? Never mind.
Yeah, you can tell we're getting to the very tinkery or repetitive portion of the podcast, the show, when we start talking about the weather.
Would you like to talk about something else?
No, the weather's fine. I don't like the heat either.
Have you seen any good movies lately?
No.
Oh, well. That's unfortunate.
Ah, there we go. Blue is flashing. Let's get the music going.
Don't get us muted.
Why, I'd never.
Oh, there's.
Right. And
Okay, so
we'll
here's an
repeat
interesting
that song on
They
loop.
did this.
Yeah.
I just
and then
updated my
folded it in like
my
that.
phone to iOS 10, so I don't know how
Yeah.
to
Folding it.
No, they've done it on
loop
all cars.
anymore.
Okay, I never noticed.
Ah, there we are.
I don't know if that's like an actual technique
It
or
seemed
what.
like a good idea.
Good. Okay, music is going. Now it's a matter of
I'm gonna need those two. I found half a
plugging
second.
these cables into where I think
Yeah.
they go. Let's try this.
Classic tunes.
Get your chip tunes running.
The original Static.
Pins 1, 2, and 3.
Dun, 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 dun.
Seems a little fuzzy.
AM radio feel.
There we go.
I'm just imagining like some guy on a desert island, desperately trying to repair his radio so that he can call for help.
Yeah.
It's like, bzz, ah, bzz, ah, and then it just starts playing this. It's like, what the hell? Why can I only get this one song?
That's kind of like some David Lynch shit. Actually.
Yeah. Twilight Zone.
Hey, Ian. Your weeb is showing.
Here's a crap shot though, right? This guy on Desert Island is trying to fix the damn thing. He's like getting this song, and he goes like, Gary, I got the radio working, but it only plays this one song. It's like, yeah, I turned it into a Bluetooth speaker like 2 weeks ago, man.
So
Yeah, it's like, so it used to work fine, and it's like, yeah, it's playing from my iPhone.
hipster shipwrecked. Is this what we're going for?
It's like, you have a phone?
That's a good point.
It's like, yeah, but it's almost out of batteries.
Yeah.
I was playing Pokemon Go.
You're right. Did you catch anything good?
Yeah, I found the Ditto.
I found the Ditto. Fuck!
You didn't tell me? I mean, that'd be hilarious.
There's only one Ditto.
I'm
Sorry.
beginning to think there might be.
You're listening to people in the chat are saying you were listening to the smooth sounds of WEAB.
Okay.
Actually,
mean-
funny story. Here in Victoria, there's a country music station in Seattle, I believe, that has a very strong transmitter.
Oh.
Okay.
And if you run too much unshielded cable, it happens to be the right frequency that you'll start picking up this country music station on your microphones.
Oh, lovely.
When I used to do AV tech work, it was a huge pain in the butt. You'd be like, "What? That's stupid! Where's that sound coming from?" And it's just too long, unshielded cable will turn into an antenna by itself and pick up this stupid country music station.
I imagine the shipwrecked person actually coming across a corp line now, getting the most useless information.
Black, yellow, blue seems good. Okay, let's go with that. Black, yellow, blue.
Come on, baby, don't break.
Yeah, people are saying you should just play Corp Line from your phone.
I mean, we can't get muted on YouTube for that
That's true.
Yep.
because that's our stuff, right?
That's our sound.
It's a sound.
To get content ID matched because they're like, oh no, you're using from somebody else's copyrighted whatever. It's ours.
I mean, I've actually heard that has happened to musicians who make their own work that they put up on YouTube, that sometimes they will get copyright infractions.
Copy
and
ID'd.
they'll be like,
I mean,
no, I made it. I have the score to show you.
we've gotten copyright infringements for like stuff that Bradley did for us.
Yeah.
That we paid him to do for us, and it's original work by him.
How you doing?
Okay.
Not bad.
Hard work, guys.
Yeah,
Frustrating. Really.
some elbow sweat.
Elbow sweat.
You know, everyone sweats from their elbows.
That's why teachers have patches on their elbows to absorb all the sweat. Yeah.
You ever see a bunch of guys out doing construction in tweed jackets?
I did once, I think. It was a raking gravel for a girlfriend's family's driveway. I don't recommend it.
Having a girlfriend with a driveway that long?
Yeah, that too. But I gotta say, I looked amazing. Yeah, you gonna touch that up with just
You would probably look like you'd look like the frickin' groundskeeper from the Fast Show. What's his name again? I can't remember.
Can't be that great of a name if you can't remember it.
I remember his name. From the Fast Show, the two guys who there's like the groundskeeper who's like older, and there's like his
Ted. And Ralph.
Thank
Ted.
you. Yes.
All right. So that's soldered on. I think at this point I kind of want to connect the power correctly.
As opposed to incorrectly.
Previously, you've been wanting to connect it incorrectly, but
Yes.
now's the time for correct connections.
You okay?
So if I go from here to there,
Oh, that wasn't right.
that wasn't right at all.
Yeah, usually hammering is more associated with putting things in as opposed to taking them out.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Beach, if you've been secretly putting staples back in here, I will not be happy.
I thought that's what we were doing.
You guys have actually gone around the entire Ottoman like 3 times.
I keep missing them, apparently. Maybe I can grab that one. No. Come here. No.
I just love these ones that they've managed to put side by side each other, so you can't really get any leverage under
It's a
them.
good purchase, yeah.
But you thought you said it was free.
It's like a Bugs Bunny. It's like a Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck cartoon. Somebody says.
Is that the whole
Which
thing?
one's which? That's the question.
Huh. I don't know if I
I
can
can
get
probably
enough.
do a better Daffy Duck impression than a Bugs Bunny impression. Here's one.
I mean, sure.
I'll leave that when you're done.
Okay, so there's 3 cables in one slot.
I'll pick it up.
Next, we need to make up a...
Do you want me to?
Go for it.
Can you push against me?
Yeah.
Can you give me a second? You good? That's the one you
I'm trying to remember how circuits work with switches. I used to know.
Remember, red is ground.
Yes, that part's taken care of already.
Let's get all the easy
It's-
ones first.
That's where you don't really want someone to say that, like in the middle of, like an electrician just kind of working on a project for a while and then like halfway through just be like,
Remember?
I just realized I don't remember how circuits work.
Fucking switches, how do they work?
I mean, I assume they can look these things up. No one has everything on their job that they have to remember solely. There's generally documentation you can look up, right? I mean, not on this show. That would go against the grain of what we're doing. But
Oh yeah, now I remember how these things work.
as long as Ian doesn't like just sit there for a long time and then look up one day and go, "Why am I here?
It's like I wasted my life.
Where am I? Who are you people?"
It's
Been off the air for
time.
3 years.
It's time for me to go now. I've made a horrible mistake. Okay, red is ground. Let's redo that.
I'm so glad you have the nose pliers. So glad.
Yeah, I've got a second pair.
I only have 2 hands.
Well, there's your first problem right there.
We're gonna have to re-engineer my entire body.
That I feel like that might take more work than what we're already working on.
I think so too!
Turn Beach into the perfect human.
I have been trying to re-engineer my body for years. It just keeps getting worse. So it's working!
Okay.
That sounds like Tinker Tailor Solder Fry right there. So clearly, you're,
Sorry.
Can you stand up?
half man, half Ottoman.
Man or
You made my
Ottoman.
Fitbit go to sleep.
I'm sorry.
What? Clang,
man.
clang, clang, time to
Good.
sleep.
Isn't it? Oh man, isn't it terrible that the Fitbit has not actually recognized that you've been doing any work at all? It's like, yeah, you haven't been walking, so clearly you're not been getting any workout.
Go fuck yourself.
I mean, I know that's why Corey gets mad because she does other exercises and records them. So she's got, I think her goal is set to calories rather than steps. But everybody, when you look at the leaderboards, it's all based on your step count.
It's overly step-centric.
Yeah.
On the in We Fit, it will allow you to add additional things you've been doing.
Right.
So if you've been doing walking or you've been doing like other activity, you can add that and it'll be like, okay, cool, thanks. And you realize, oh man, I could just enter whatever I want. And then you realize if I enter whatever I want, I'm just screwing myself up.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow like using like cheat codes on a fitness app doesn't
No!
really.
Game Genie.
Yeah, it's like, aha! Game Genie fixed.
Why am
Wow.
I not 3 pounds lighter?
Cheat codes.
It's confusing cause and
Oh
effect.
man, a Game Genie on a fitness app. Oh, that's funny.
Has anyone done that as a crap shot or a sketch yet or anything? Could we use that? We need like before and after,
Feels like maybe an infomercial thing.
probably.
Just giving my wires a tin here just so that they're a bit more easy to work with.
Is there only like 2 staples left?
Yep.
So close.
Wait, no, 3.
Did they multiply?
No, it's just one.
Shoot
that's-
'em.
One that's masked by the black ticking.
I thought just ripping the black off would make it easier because then they'd be easier to see.
They'd have like a little space underneath them. Actually,
Maybe.
let's try to pry that off now.
Okay.
I mean, they were definitely much more visible when I took that off.
This one.
You okay?
I'm fine.
Are you actually okay?
Are you a wizard?
Your I'm fine did not sound so fine.
That was a lot closer to the wood than I thought it was. So, yeah, the thing just flew in.
So many tools. Okay, there we go. Now I'm breaking my rule about which color is ground here for a second.
Wait, so now the rule is ground is sometimes red and sometimes black?
Correct.
Last one, Paul.
Ooh, so exciting.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay.
I mean, on the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm sure
well,
there's.
for this piece.
Well, I'm sure there's more staples on like
Everywhere.
these.
There's 4 of those.
So we'll worry about that later.
So how much work do you need to be doing?
It's a lot.
Apparently,
This is a multi-generational project.
somebody in the chat was saying that apparently, like hacking fitness apps has actually become a thing because there are insurance companies offering discounts if you have like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
proving that you're exercising.
Yeah. I would.
So,
Yeah.
the person doing the hacking for the proving their exercising is probably spending like a lot of effort on it too. That's the thing, right?
Well, I mean, only initially, right? Like, doesn't it only take a little bit to set up like a bot, and then you have the bot to do all the work?
I don't know. It depends. I guess it's on how they actually set it up, but.
Well, I got the switch working. I think I'm going to replace the wire that it came with my own wire for the power at least, just so I can have a consistent red and black. The way I want them to be.
You're.
You don't need much, but
All right. Oh. Where did I put? Where did I put my sharp things? Here we go.
It's like I was reading. I think it was like a Dave Barry story or something. But he was talking about a friend of his who had developed a system where he had a board. He built a board with wheels on the bottom of it, with sort of like a weight on it that he could push around the living room. And so there would be track marks in the living room, so it looked like he had vacuumed.
So
But he didn't have to actually
brilliant.
vacuum.
I brought the sharp seam ripper.
that's a blade.
Wait, couldn't you just have ripped out all the... I guess that wouldn't have worked.
No, it's for the sides.
Okay, if I remember correctly, this just needs to be stripped by hand because
Can you maybe turn
it.
that around a little bit, Heather? Actually, probably not. It's pretty big.
Let me just put the thing over the blade
There you
first
go.
before I start moving stuff around.
Before you put it into your hand.
Yeah.
there we go. Wire stripping going much easier this time. Now that I'm just using the right tool.
Ooh. Using the right tool.
Well-
Nice.
Using
A tool.
a tool rather than pliers.
Rather than your
It's kind of
teeth.
thick. It's thick
I haven't
down there.
tried that before. I wonder how it'll go too.
Sometimes you just need to use.
Tools definitely... pliers definitely count as a tool.
Heather,
Yep.
we're using the same tool.
Oh, tool buddies. Is yours
Yep.
have a safety
okay,
thing?
retracted. Good. Retract. Cheers.
Mine
Yeah.
has a. It springs back.
Mine stays out.
I stole this from a job I worked at.
Which. No, wait, don't say on air.
Actually, it doesn't matter. They don't exist anymore.
Hooray! That's right, you tend to kill companies.
Don't say that. Just because half my resume is a bunch of places that don't exist anymore.
Also, that's right, we want to keep working here.
She's just really loyal.
Go in the hole. There we go.
Actually, we had other knives where I worked, but I always used this one because anytime for one of my coworkers touched the shipping containers, which they weren't supposed to because they weren't. I was the ship and receiving.
Well, you had the cutter thing.
They would always, yeah, but I'd leave this one out for them to use because they would just leave the other cutters just blade out and it'd be like super long out and I'd be like, what's wrong with you people?
That's how you break a good box cutter.
Sure.
I think I don't need to be using maximum heat all the time.
That doesn't sound right.
As much as I'd like to.
Some of my ex-girlfriends.
Hey, I don't want to hear about your exes.
That's good.
Not on this show. If you'd like to have a show about Beach's exes,
No.
contact
Why not write? Loading ready 1. Loading ready run.
123 Fake Street.
Ottawa, Ontario. Ottawa, Canada.
Not Ottawa, Ontario.
Please stop sending your shit to Ottawa, Canada. In fact, I'm going to clean up the area a little bit. Please.
Go on.
Okay, good. Things are correct colors now. I am happier. And that goes snip. You always got to clean up your circuits, your solders, your things. Clean your things, boys and girls.
We probably can't.
It's just general life advice, not.
Not anything specific to this show.
Yeah.
Keep it clean.
We probably can't drag the snake through the ceiling.
A real snake?
No, the audio snake. This one.
Oh yeah.
Think we can get that through the ceiling?
One day, probably.
I don't know if there are.
Oh, there's divisions.
There might be bulkheads.
I hope in the Tinker Tailor Solder Fry drinking game, which we do not condone or endorse, that every time Beach walks in front of the camera, everybody listens to the show. I hope.
I think when Beach walks in front of the camera, you take a shot. I think if that was a rule for the drinking game, it would be bad if they told you that was a rule.
Never tell me.
Yeah, having you in control of something that related to the drinking game seems highly problematic. Not that we endorse the drinking game in any way,
No.
or even know whether there is a drinking game or not.
We cannot confirm whether or not there is a drinking game. And if there were such a drinking game,
So you just stitch ripping out across, well, I shouldn't say stitch ripping, but I mean, are you ripping across every scene, or?
Yeah, kinda. Maybe. I don't know what I'm doing. It's coming off,
Neat.
which was my goal,
Yeah.
so seems good.
Yeah.
Seems good.
We're gonna have to buy so much more wood.
Yeah, we are. That was gonna be a thing anyway.
What do you think the chances of you actually just building an Ottoman when you're done with this?
We will have half built in it. 2 Ottomans, which means we'll have built 1 Ottoman.
I guess. Yeah. This seemed like a good idea at the time.
I'm into it. It's like tearing down all the drywall in your bathroom just to see what's behind it, and then discovering that you have to replace it all because it's moldy anyway.
Or because you took it off.
Well, yeah, but it almost certainly is because it's moldy anyway.
Yeah. Half an Ottoman. It's like one of those like, how do you dig half a hole situations? Because like really any square thing is an Ottoman. It's just a smaller Ottoman.
Unless you don't put a top on it, if it's just 4 pegs coming out of a base that you can't put your feet on it.
Right. Or if like one side is like hollow.
Yeah, I buy it.
No.
Putting forward that the Ottoman Empire was originally because somebody was trying to reupholster an Ottoman and it just got out of hand. Ended up conquering an empire.
That's not going to be a great join, but it doesn't have to be. It just has to hold.
Also referred to them as hassocks. What are you doing?
I'm currently shrink tubing a join I made to the power supply. Aha. It was a bad join, so I'm glad you didn't see it. Would make people sad.
I'm gonna get right in there now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Ian or Heather. I think it might be Heather. Just the way you're looking down, you're breathing into your mic a little bit. I think,
Yeah.
or possibly, and both of you are looking. It's when you
Yeah.
look down and also breathe heavily.
Stop
So-
it, everyone.
I will try to breathe less.
So hold your breath, look down, do whatever you want to do, then look up, and then
Take
go
a
back
breath.
down. Yeah.
I'll try. I am using a knife. I don't know if I can look back up ever again.
Okay. Looks like this is good. Let's check our work.
Alrighty. So what should be happening?
Well, nothing just yet, because I haven't turned anything on. When I screw this in, we should have things work. When I plug this in, it should pair to the Bluetooth, and then we should be able to start the music again. I listen to the music, and then we're basically at the reassembly stage. And that's kind of exciting to me.
The what's nice is, I mean, the new technology and everything is so ridiculously small in comparison to the old stuff.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to fill the rest of the. You're gonna have to do something to stop it all from like rattling around in there.
Okay, so it's turned off. I'm going to turn on the switch. The blue light should come on. The blue light has come on.
Alrighty.
Okay, now we're hearing our interference. Volume works.
That sounds good too. It's actually a pretty solid connection now too. Nice.
Yeah.
Super good.
So it can drive higher than what
Than what the speaker can handle.
but I think I have a way of dealing with that.
Can you set a limit on the thing or something?
I can use the volume control on the board.
Oh, to decrease the maximum output.
Yes. So let's see if we can. It's going to be loud here for a second, everyone. Bear with me.
Someone asked, does the tone control work?
Yes, it does. Okay. So again, bear with me.
Yeah, the crackling you're hearing is the ripping of the leather, not the speaker. Yeah, we have a little bit of distortion right now because it's trying to
Very
figure out how to
loud.
make it.
Okay, that might require some. That might require some experimentation in the future.
Is the idea that you have to like short out two of the things to decrease the volume? Or?
That's what I'm thinking. It might not even work that way, too. let's try shorting some of the other ones.
Yeah, hopefully this won't get us muted.
There's still some work to do tonight. I think I found it. Volume. There we go.
Is that actually affecting the volume on your phone?
Yes. So that actually doesn't really help at all.
No, you want to set them up.
So it's actually using, it's just actually transmitting back to your phone.
Yeah, which is actually kind of a nifty feature.
Can you limit the amplifier?
So I guess theoretically you could actually add like a resistor somewhere in the chain
Yeah.
if you really wanted, if you wanted to take it down a little bit.
But I'm happy balancing these things out too myself. Okay, enough listening to music. Let's start getting this thing buttoned up, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
Power down. So, need to keep that powered because there's going to be soldering to do. Just going to disconnect from the speakers right now.
Oh, there's still soldering to do?
There is still soldering to do. It's in the name of the show.
Mm-hmm.
What I would like, though, Beach,
Yes.
could you get me a wet or damp paper towel and a dry paper towel?
Yes.
Because while I'm in here, this thing is dusty AF. And
Yeah,
it
I'm
needs
probably not helping that.
a little bit of cleaning, I'd say, before I button things up.
Yeah, and Aaron is saying if you put a resistor in line with the pot, then that would theoretically lower it. But
Yeah.
what actual value of resistor you need would be a
Is a
trial and
question.
error process.
I feel good.
Me too.
I'm glad.
Theoretically, yeah,
fabric
you
is
could
fun.
put the pot. Couldn't you use the pot from the pot that you took off the other thing, and use that as like a extra resistor?
Inline resistor?
So you would have like two volume control. That'd be weird.
that would
Two
be a
volume
bit
controls.
odd. Okay, let's just get in here and give this a bit of a wipe down to get the dust out. Doesn't need to be perfect, but I just don't want it to be as dusty as it is right now in there when I put this back together. Oh yes, that's some... Ooh, ugh. Ugh. That looks terrible.
Want some scissors?
I have scissors if I wanted them.
Okay, let's fold that over and give it another go round. Each made this quite damp. Right.
What you asked for.
Now my hands are filthy too. Great. Okay, let's dry it out with the clean paper towel. Sorry, I don't think I need this. I don't think I need this to be facing the camera. You know what it looks like to wipe something down.
Film it all in.
For posterity. Question is, of course, in the future, what do I want some of these other switches to do and buttons and whatnot? Do they want them to just be purely aesthetic, or do I want to make them functional, like to add the track forward, track back, play pause? Should I add a microphone to this in the future? That's something that the Bluetooth board has as an option. might be fun to do. For the moment, let's just do with what we've got. Good, the screw I needed is still here. Thought I'd lost that for a half second. Oh, these buttons or these knobs were pretty filthy too. I think some of these pieces might end up going in the dishwasher when I get home. But for now, a small wipe down will suffice. Just enough so I don't feel...
Am I too noisy, Paul?
I should probably mute this before I drop it. See if this helps. Get on there.
I'm glad Cam's not here tonight because I don't think he'd want to contemplate how much skin has been left on these knobs over the years.
Cam's not the only one who doesn't
Like skin.
There's also one here. We'll see if that makes any difference there.
Ooh, nice. Nice work, Heather. There we go. Knobs getting cleaned up. Oh yeah. Much less disgusting.
Yep. Ian spending his night polishing the knob. Yeah, this is a real, Ian sitting at the table, relatively sedate, and Heather just like ripping into stuff with
Yep.
big tools,
It's a real
crowbars, things.
real role reversal day. I like it.
Yeah, make sure you don't like slice through your mic cable there.
I'll watch.
Oh yeah, gonna have to spend a lot more time cleaning this up because there's some mystery stuff on here.
And the foam looks like it's just been glued down.
And not even very permanent.
And
Oh yeah,
it seems kind of old, so I should probably just take the foam off too.
Yeah, we're gonna get new foam.
Okay.
Well, we have
We-
to take the foam off. We're gonna cut it in half.
We know a place that you can get a bunch of cheap foam.
Yeah. I might ask them if they have anything that's 1/4 inch. But I don't think they are.
It's the inside. I'm not sure how to take apart.
I
Once
feel
we take the foam off, I'm sure we'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
really apprehensive about wiping my eye after doing that.
Yeah, I would too.
You know what? Oh, cool. Find my watch is enabled. Good to know.
Is it just a little thing that says it's on your wrist?
How long has it been since our last break, Paul?
It would be appropriate for another break.
I think let's take another quick break while I go wash my hands.
Okay.
Let's move on some.
I'm fine.
All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Enjoy these commercials. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Heather is making a lot of progress, actually, it looks like. That looks very different than what you came in with.
Yep.
It's going green.
And you've discovered something about foam.
Yeah, it's glued down.
Yeah,
I'm totally gluing foam down on this thing.
I hope we don't breathe
With
any
new
of that
foam.
in. And I'm about to start putting this thing back together, starting by removing some extraneous wires. This little panel on the back here needs to come off because I don't need to attach an antenna anymore. So I think we can safely remove that. Just makes it a little bit cleaner on the inside.
Couldn't you attach that antenna to like your Bluetooth thing and have super long range Bluetooth?
Unfortunately, there is no connector on the Bluetooth board for more Bluetooth antenna action. It's unfortunate, but true. I will just clip these wires though, and so that in future, if I wanted to upgrade the radio to something with an antenna, or maybe make this into a Wi-Fi enclosure.
Who knows what silly things you'll do in the future.
Yep.
I guess the Bluetooth antenna on the actual board is like around the edge.
Actually, let's see if we can get a shot in here close enough. Or maybe I'll use the webcam actually. So get in there. You can see right in here, there's a slight difference in the ridges. Ah, there we go. Just now, that's the antenna.
Oh, so it's actually like,
Printed right on the circuit board.
and it's sort of a ladder almost,
Yeah.
just to get as much length, I guess, as possible. Cool.
Nifty things. Computers these days. Ah,
This vision that we have, like, seems really I would assume we would. Let me see if I got
there we go. Stick that back in there and screw it back up with the right. And now Beach has decided he's going to sing a Japanese song for us.
I'm not Mike, no one can hear me.
No, that's not true.
People can still hear you, they just can't hear you very well.
So it's really creepy. All right, so here's the next step. I want to keep the cord that it came with. And I think I've decided I'm just going to make this power supply into a permanent thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the case off. Woo! And come on.
Well, a credit card actually would do the job.
So these two contact points here and here just need to have some here and here. It's usually attached to the edges of this thing, which is the piece that actually plugs in. I'm going to solder these wires. Come out the back of the thing to it. And that will give us power. So first of all, I need to just strip that. I think for this I can use my my bad strippers though, because the wire isn't that fine. Oh, here comes a sneeze. I hope that was enough
You okay?
warning.
Do we have a dead canary in the mine?
Oh yeah, these strippers will be fine for this. And we can probably even just use
Yeah, I
the...
guess.
That side's the sharp side, right? But you should be able to just use that to help you get more
Okay.
off.
All right.
Just careful with.
Yeah, no, I understand how knives work.
Knives become shorts.
Knives will make things short.
And Aaron says, Ian, make sure the underside of that board is isolated, preferably with electrical tape after you've soldered to it.
Yes, sir.
That 110 volt AC you do not want splashing onto your 5 volt DC wires or components.
Nope, nope, nope. 100%. What is the best way to attach these? What is best attachment in life?
Scotch locks.
Beach has opinion.
That'll piss everyone off.
Beach always has an opinion. Just
Think
like
you'll find us banana plugs?
the internet.
I am a big fan of banana plugs. That's
Please take this
actually
away.
upcoming.
Not a doable thing?
No.
An upcoming episode is
no,
going to
not
feature
really.
banana plugs. Believe it or not.
Aren't
Ooh, that's
those the things you use for swimming?
Sorry?
Banana plugs. I'm sorry, those are nose plugs.
I mean, if you're swimming with your banana, I guess you want to make sure that it's plugged.
Goodbye.
Are bananas able to swim?
Well, not if they're wearing pajamas.
Oh, so you saw that episode.
I'm a fan of BNC. That's my connector of choice.
Ooh, the British Naval connector is a strong connector.
If we're having some sort of connector fight.
Yeah.
They're very unwieldy, though. But they're secure.
I would
Not unwieldy.
I would
They
be
lock in and they're easy to attach, easy to detach.
if I had to choose one connector for the rest of my life, yeah, I would have to say the BNC.
I mean, it only really works with one wire, I guess, but
So you're saying, though, if you didn't have to choose just one, that there are purposes for the others?
I would love to see you wire Cat 5.
With a BNC,
Yes.
that would be well, we didn't have to back in the day.
No.
Back in the day, we had various token rings. But just straight BNC Ethernet was fantastic.
People are saying XLR. XLR is nice. I like XLR cables. The connector for XLR is a little big, but I do very much. I like XLR cables. They tend to be very easy to coil and work with.
Ooh, MIDI. The DIN.
Din-
Round DIN MIDI.
Round DINs, gotta say no.
No?
I'm not a big round DIN fan.
Are you an Apple Display Connector fan?
Not really.
You know what cable? What connectors can disappear? And I would be very happy as like the standard like F connector coax.
Oh, yes.
That's like it's like
Yep.
BNC, but you have to screw it in. It's the worst.
And VGA can just get.
Yeah, yeah. All the like multi-pin and also screws on either side connectors.
Oh,
No.
Beach, could you get me some electrical tape, please?
Yeah, I give it to DVI, though. DVI is pretty damn good. Electrical tape.
Electrical tape.
Magic, magic,
Like
magic.
like I
magic.
feel like if you make your connector and then you put the two screws on the sides to like screw it into the thing, like that's just admitting that you made your connector wrong.
Yeah. Not,
The
not
the connector should have been made so that it didn't require the two screws to attach it to the thing.
Oh, I should have shrink wrapped or shrink tubed some of this. Oh well.
Just wrap the entire thing in shrink wrap.
Yeah.
And just shrink it.
Blue is the only color I need.
Good, because,
That's all we have.
yeah, that's all we have.
No, it didn't need to be pretty, just needed to be electrical tape.
You have like a 5-minute loop of some music like Powerhouse.
I
For 3 hours.
some people are. I saw TRS in the thing, which
Ooh, tip ring sleeve.
yeah, I think it's pretty like it is a objectively like not very good connector,
Yeah.
but it's really cheap, really simple, and it can be used for like everything.
And it's ubiquitous. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing I like most about it is its ubiquity.
1/4 inch or mini then. Because 1/4 inch should be really robust.
Either or.
Yeah,
Like,
quarter inch can be quite nice.
I would be happy seeing both of them go away, if necessary. If something better came along.
I'm doubling down on Apple putting a 1/4 inch jack on the iPhone.
A 1/4-inch jack.
Getting rid of the headphone plug altogether and like, no, we're going to go full 1/4-inch jack. TRS.
Nice.
Just huge.
The biggest problem with TRS is when they added the when they had like microphone as well, so it's TRRS.
Yes.
They didn't consult with each other about what order the TRR and S go in, and so like
Theirs was different.
Apple headphones won't necessarily work on like a
Android. All the
Android
time.
thing or a. It's just like how hard that would. It's like literally one phone call and it would all be figured out. But no, it doesn't matter what order it is, but we just have to agree.
Well, I mean, ultimately they did, right? Yeah, Apple sold a lot of headphones that had microphones built into them, and all the Android manufacturers like, well, I guess this is what we have to change now, isn't it? F.
It's like the PlayStation controller
Yeah.
has a TRRS port on it. That's the opposite from the
Yeah.
Apple one.
Really?
So you have to get you can get like a little changer thing that just rewires. Stupid, really dumb.
Ring sleeve. I had a point to make about that, now it's gone. No one will see the inside of this. It can look as janky as it needs to.
Also, as someone who deals with who does video stuff, especially a couple of years ago, Component is fine. Like RCA is fine, and Component is better. Look, I'm sorry. when they were making the 3 colors for Component cables, I realized that one is red, one is
Yes.
green, and one is blue. Like
Yes.
I realized that is the technical definition of the thing. They could have made the red one like pink. They didn't have to make it the exact same shade of red as the red and white on the audio
It
side.
was way cheaper.
They saved on red dye.
Yeah, I guess. They already had the red plastic.
Like ultimately the colors don't matter. It's just you're just trying to line up the color with the color on the back of the machine.
Yeah.
It could be orange.
Ideally, what they should have done was made it yellow. Because they already had yellow.
Right.
But no, then that would be confusing again on those systems that have all those colors.
Yeah, it's true. Some of both, yeah.
Have as many different colors as you can. Okay, if I can remember correctly now, which screws went in the back here. We're just going to button it all right up.
We got lots of staples if you just want to do that. You just staple it shut.
No staples.
Some of them are kind of rusty. I wouldn't really recommend them. If you need to wrap anything in some what looks like some fairly aged foam,
Let's have a good look at that.
so
Well-aged foam.
you go for it.
Oh yeah. That's a good vintage right there.
It's filthy.
Yeah, no, it's pretty grody.
Well, it's been sitting on our rug as well, so it's picked up a lot of stuff. Not our rug, the rug in the studio.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, it had vinyl on it before when it was sitting at home.
Yes.
It's the same from our rug, but yeah, no, you're right. Yeah.
You know what? So here's a question for the chat. Once I've got this buttoned up, do you want to see me go through the process of bringing this back and giving it some loving care with oil, polishing the exterior, or are we done here?
Can I just vote yes?
Yes, you do want to see that?
Yeah.
Okay. I was considering actually, I was talking with Paul before the stream, considering just straight up redoing the exterior with some new veneer.
Ooh.
And now that I think about it, actually, it might be an interesting project, just as a small woodworking project, to redo the case with actual wood rather than particle board.
Just a second here. If you do redo the entire case with particle board,
Yes.
yeah. At that point, it'll just be the speaker, isn't it? And the dials.
Well, in the plastic housing.
And the are you leaving the fabric on the front?
Oh God, yes. The fabric is vitally important.
To the aesthetic.
Yes, to the
aesthetic
aesthetic.
is important, Beach.
Why do you think I'm... Beach, if I wanted a functional Bluetooth speaker, I would have went out and bought one rather than doing this.
Beach, if aesthetic wasn't important, why do you think I'd be doing this shit?
Just throwing it out there.
I love. That's a great line. I like that. If I'd wanted a functional Bluetooth speaker, I would have gone out and bought one.
Today on Take Your Tailor Solely Fry, I buy a Bluetooth speaker. Click, 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 done.
I mean, there's a reason I don't go through, and maybe you might be interested in that, but there's a reason I don't do the browsing of Deal Extreme to show you what parts I'm buying for these things.
There's a reason.
Yeah, well,
Is it embarrassment?
well, it's not embarrassment. It's really just time, actually. I mean, if I'd had to wait until the next episode to show you where I go to buy my my amplifier, or on eBay, which store I go to purchase the Bluetooth radio itself. I mean, then we have to wait. Then we've got to put that project on hold for X number of weeks while we wait for the equipment, where we wait for things to come in.
Is, variable in its shipping speeds.
Although I don't think I bought anything from Deal Extreme for this particular project. It was all eBay. Oh man, that's the last screw.
You gonna buy that towel off of eBay?
I don't know. I've got my Gundam towel, so I'm good for towels. You're going into one-hand towel? Okay. I might end up replacing these knobs at some point, just for better knob feel. But for the moment... I also feel like I want to do something with the loudness switch.
The volume control?
No, there's a switch for loudness.
To turn the loudness on and off.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
I'm actually kind of hoping it doesn't work. I mean, I want it to work at
Ooh.
the same time.
And Aaron says you should integrate a USB battery pack in there, so it'll power the speaker when it's unplugged and charge your phone while you use it.
That's not a bad idea.
Of course, you can't charge it over Bluetooth, so.
Yet.
I mean, I assume once we hit that technology, you'll just open this box back up and do more to it.
Yeah.
This is definitely going to get us muted.
Yep. Low tone, high tone.
Oh, it does actually make a difference.
Lower volume. Let's see, mid volume. Yeah, there's definitely some fiddling with volumes, but... Okay, that's good. How about, what does it sound like with podcasts? Which is going to be what it's probably going to be doing most of its time with. Oh, yep. No, I've already got some here. Podcasts.
You're listening to Quirkline here on QWRP-FM. Quirkline this week is brought to you by Pastor McMaster's Cremaster Disaster. New from Hufford Pharmaceuticals, it's the only Archbishop-approved Catholic prophylactic. The Pastor McMaster Cremaster Disaster. Get softer faster.
again, welcome to Quirpline. Big G Money here with A
Yeah.
Train. How's it?
I'd say I'm pretty happy with that.
Nice.
Not half bad.
And that just seems like a great. That seems such an appropriate.
AM radio.
Like it seems like such an appropriate device for Quirpline to be coming out of.
Yeah.
That's how it, like you don't really envision people listening to it on like on their iPhones or whatever.
No, that's definitely a AM radio show. Well, I'm going to power down the soldering iron here, and I think I might just spend the next little bit just cleaning up the case a bit more so that it's a little bit more presentable. Can I get another one of those damp paper towels, about half as damp this time? Thank you.
Yes.
How's it going, Heather, for you?
Pretty good. I think I have about half the foam off. I'm not sure how I'm going to get the fabric off on the inside
Okay.
yet.
Now, the question I have for you is, so what do you said you were going to chop it in half.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that now, seeing the insides?
Oh, I
How
still
that's-
want to cut it in half. Especially since the bottom piece seems to be broken right in the middle where I want to
Okay.
cut it.
Thank you. I guess this is technically what I asked for.
Well trolled, Beej. Well trolled.
There we go.
If you can't tell at home, Beach has only wet half that
Paper towel. Yeah. Chungus.
If you can't tell at home, Beej is indeed a chungus.
Do you want something less wet?
No. I've
Extracted the excess.
yes. I've made it the appropriate wetness throughout.
Okay.
Now it's just a matter of cleaning up the chunks in this. Yeah, I'm kind of half interested in the idea of doing an actual full-on case replacement of the outside. Because I've always wanted to do a bit more woodworking. And this seems like a fairly easy project to start with.
Well, you don't want to start with something larger? Something that requires a little more wood? Maybe a lot of staples?
Hey, I've got, you've got your projects, I've got mine. Could be a fun one, though. Oh, some of these are stains.
Turning an Ottoman into a Bluetooth speaker is a pretty.
I mean, we could put some large speakers in this thing.
I
Oh
was supposed to
man!
put USB ports in it.
Ooh.
It just like yeah, just replace those 4 trays with 4 enormous speakers.
It's a
You just-
5.1 surround sound system
You just basically sit on it and it like levitates you.
under your feet. It's like those chairs at the movie theater that have the speakers in them, only for your Ottoman.
Just put a big piece of plexiglass on it and some oobleck.
Yeah. Okay. Rub. Squeaky clean. That's not true. I'm very much looking forward to hitting this with alcohol when I get home.
More than
The
just
bottle?
It's the rubbing kind. The kind you can't drink.
That's for dad.
the kind you shouldn't drink.
Yes, that's true. As I've stated, you can put all sorts of things in your mouth that you shouldn't eat or drink. Rubbing alcohol is one of them. Do not put rubbing alcohol in your mouth.
No, definitely do not.
Remember, we're professionals.
No, we're not. Unless you're talking about the entertainment thing.
Oh, that too, yes.
Sure. Actually, here's the thing, Ian. When do you become a professional?
You know what? This is something that my high school jazz teacher taught us. When we formed a small jazz combo, and finally we played a wedding, and we got some money for it. And he said, "Well, welcome to the world of being a professional musician." You're technically a professional once you start making money from it.
Oh. Well, then I'm a professional at what I'm doing right now. Neat.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the question is,
right now.
the question is, yeah, what are you a professional at doing?
Ripping off foam.
All right.
I feel like we need to start putting a disclaimer at the top of the show.
We
What-
do. It's called...
What would the disclaimer be?
I don't know. It's just basically like you reading into a microphone.
We do have a disclaimer, Beach.
Ian
It's
and
called
Heather-
Ever Forward, Never Learning.
Ian and Heather are not experts. Beej claims to be a sexpert.
No.
But if there's
we
degree on
can't-
his wall,
We can't just steal that opening. We've already taken enough content from them.
true. I think it applies, still.
I've never heard Beach once claim to be a sexpert.
We've known each other a little bit longer.
Fair enough.
Also read between the lines.
There's a lot of dialogue to read between.
That diploma you have on the wall is from an online university, though, so
Yeah.
who knows?
That's true.
What university does it come from?
University of Phoenix.
The cat?
Feenix.
Ah. So there's a tiny speck of paint on the left-hand side here, the veneer. And I want to try and scrape it off.
Oh, I got a two for you.
Me too.
Check out this foam.
Wow, that's probably carcinogenic.
Give it a sniff.
It looks like camping foam, to be honest.
Oh, that's what we should use.
No.
1/4-inch high density. Anti-fatigue foam.
Anti-fatigue foam.
Yeah.
On a thing that we don't really even sit on.
Oh, I mean, put our feet on it.
Foam doesn't get tired.
It's already working.
Foam just lies there. What does it have to get tired about?
I'm going to use a razor blade.
You
Look,
sound like my dad.
sometimes foam feels a little deflated.
Ooh, this is
I will take your word for it that it's working.
no, this is difficult. Because the razor really wants to catch the edge of the wood.
This is the part of the show where Ian might possibly hurt
There
himself.
we go.
Magic eraser, maybe?
That's just a very fine abrasive.
Yeah, well, that'll abrade off that paint, won't it?
It will also abrade into the wood itself.
But you might not see it.
I don't think we have magic erasers.
That's probably also true.
I don't think they exist.
They're magic. Of course they exist.
Wait, you think that...
What do you think planeswalkers use?
Wait,
They're-
not only do you think do you feel that magic exists, but you think that the fact that something is magic proves that it exists.
Yes.
Wow.
I live in a very nice world.
I know. Well, I don't know. Not all magic is good.
It's true. First of all, homelands.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
That's
We made a
interesting.
discovery.
Huh.
What did you find?
A hole.
Hang on.
Don't go through it. Oh, okay. That's a screw hole.
This?
It should be.
This giant flat hole?
Yeah. I think that's a screw hole. Like, I think that's something you use to... It's angled down?
It's this big.
Yeah. Like, it's a screw that goes in at an angle.
What would go in there?
A
Like,
screwdriver?
I think there is a piece of wood in there that is not supposed to be in there.
This is not from a screw, Ian.
Sorry, I should have warned you about that. I'm going to come have a look, because I'm curious now.
I think this is just a piece of wood that had a...
A big gouge in it.
Yeah. Or maybe they gouged it when they were taking their stuff apart, too.
Someone says that's a screw hole in that somebody screwed up making a hole.
Womp, 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 womp.
I'd take that explanation.
Ugh. Didn't polish this right. I caught myself this time. This knob is not clean.
And therefore you need to clean.
Yes, clean the knob. Do not look away from the knob.
That's true. Maybe it's just to make the Ottoman lighter.
Oh, the speed bowls.
Yeah, yeah.
They should have considered putting more in than just one.
It's very illuminating to see the fact that it's all this different wood.
Yeah, I think it seemed to be made out of just like whatever they had around.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna inspect it a bit actually.
Go for it.
So I'm just going to use the back end of the tape here to clean up some of the spots on the fabric.
Lint roller.
So yeah, like a lint roller.
Like all good furniture, it's made with a million staples. No nails or screws to be found.
No, there are screws.
You see the screws?
Yeah, right here. It's Robertson?
Phillips.
I have a square.
I have a cross. What the hell?
There are too many different types of screws in that.
Well, I have a cross one here if you want to. Like, this is the top. I think we're going to need to take it out in order to
Heather?
get rid of these.
Oh, that's how this is. Oh dear.
I think Heather, you found the screw that keeps the vampires out.
Oh no.
What's the matter,
Well,
Peach?
we'll see. Okay, this is a solid piece. This is one whole piece, right?
Okay.
It's been clearly stapled down.
It's
Yeah.
a very thin piece, if that's
Yeah, it's
true.
But it looks like what it's doing is it's acting as the single piece to like not to keep it together, but to hold, to kind of be like, we're gonna finish this end on it. We got another one of those on the bottom too. If the top piece is actually like a separate piece, there's also staples that are on the joins here, which means we'd have to pull out all those staples to separate. And I'm like, I don't know about this. This is gonna be pretty intense.
Oh well, this is just completely stapled together.
Yeah. So, the screws make me wonder because I'm like,
Well, I think we need to take the screws out to take this piece here out so that we can take these out.
that might be what that's for, yeah. I didn't even notice these screws before.
There are two different screws in here.
We do have a Robertson head screwdriver in that tool.
Too many screws, too many.
That's good.
Actually, no, not enough screws.
These are drywall screws.
Was this, in fact, part of a wall originally?
Maybe? I'm having...
Maybe this was just a thick wall that somebody took out and upholstered.
This wall is thick.
Swirl.
Do you have a stubby end or a shorter one?
This is what I got.
This is you have a real thing on your hands, Heather.
This is
I mean, I knew it was going to be a little intensive with all the additional things I wanted to do to it. But,
I feel like this Ottoman may have been sent back in time from a future episode of Tinker Tailor Solder Fry, where you try to build, we're building an Ottoman as a thing.
I honestly feel like we could build a better one than this if we wanted to from scratch.
Like this
Or
is,
using it's not even good wood.
Yeah, this is just garbage.
yeah.
but this is how this stuff gets built, right? Is that they take all the shitty wood and they put it together and they cover it with something.
I mean, I know. But there's a lot of other problems with this thing, too.
Yeah. I'm keen to see what happens when we take it apart some more.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to keep going, I think, for a while.
Oh yeah. We've got some time left in the episode. Another few minutes.
All right.
But looking at the staples here along the top edge,
Oh,
which
hey,
hold your
found a secret hole.
ow.
You okay?
Yep. Yeah, I just found an outward turn staple. 4 of them, in fact.
So that's
Don't worry,
cool.
didn't break the skin, so
That's good.
No, this is all one piece. This is screwed in place. They took this and they screwed it in place and they used drywall screws to do it. Probably because they had a drywall gun.
Okay.
So if we just take this screws up from the other side.
Okay, well, we need...
You need a square head?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's very soft wood, so you can probably just stick the head in and turn it and
Okay.
it'll come out.
That side of it is off camera, but there's issues. I think we can say that.
But there are more issues than we
can turn
initially
this.
thought.
If you get back on camera, we can
Actually,
probably
yeah, we can
turn that
probably
back in.
Sorry.
Where did you put the screw?
The 3 screws I took out?
Yeah.
I put them on the near captive card,
Okay.
as you do.
I just want to make sure.
And here's your screw head too, so you don't lose that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ah! Why would you?
They're not all the same, are they?
No! They've used different screws on the same side of the thing. Why? Who made this?
Monsters.
I mean, they did pretty good for monsters.
Fashion monsters.
Like originally, I wanted to end up with 2 of these.
Yeah.
Now I'm at a point where I'm like, if we just get 1 half out of this and we have to throw the other half away, that's fine too.
What's the chat giving us, Paul?
Silent Antagonist 21 says, "This is my first LRR stream. Are they usually so unique?"
No, this is.
I believe this is unique even by LRR standards.
Depends
really.
on the show.
Yeah. I mean, all streams are unique in their own way.
Yep.
But the Tinker Tailor has a uniqueness all its own.
I'm gonna go handheld for this.
All right.
If there's anything I can do to assist Tanner, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to let you.
Well, if you let me get the screw out, you can help me take this board out.
Okay.
It should come out now.
So, just looking at this, I feel like you're.
Oh, no, wait, there's another screw up here.
There's only 3 on my side.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I have 4.
One of them was missing.
Well, I found an extra screw.
I feel like we could build this in a show.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you.
Yeah. 2x4s, 1x4s.
In,
Probably 1x4s.
in a way that would also probably be more robust. Like, I'm not sure if we've shown this to everyone yet.
Which
This crossbar.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Which?
The crossbar of staples. We'll bring the handheld camera in here.
Oh, we showed them. I already.
Oh yeah, the broken. Yeah.
I've seen it. I zoomed
Okay.
in.
how do I get this piece out?
Pull. There you go.
What is that?
Oh, that's probably cat vomit?
No, that's not possible because this is from the top.
Yeah, so it would soak through.
No.
No.
The
This
cat
is
didn't
this
throw
is
up into the air.
This is the top?
This is the top.
Yeah.
This came from the top.
Yeah, so cat throws up here. It soaks down
The
through.
cat has never thrown up on the top of the thing.
Okay.
This is
Some other
Different.
liquid that is soaked down from
this
the
is
top.
That's dead center, though.
that's special.
Is
Yeah,
that- do you
that's
think
right where the cross would have been.
Do you think that's residue where there's glue or something?
Maybe this is the chocolate milk that spilled.
Did we spill chocolate milk on the thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely we
Okay,
did.
well that's what that
Okay, well this board is just garbage.
is. No.
What?
Well, is it moldy and shit?
Beach, I can't clean that. There's nothing I can do with that.
All right, fine.
Look, I don't know
It's not on camera right now.
if chat has seen this. I cannot do anything about this. This board is garbage.
All right,
We're not keeping it.
fine. What
Does
about
it? Does that smell like old milk?
I'm not checking that.
I will.
My husband, some hotshot.
Also, it is kind of dick shaped.
There is that too.
Doesn't smell like anything.
Well, I'm not keeping it.
All right, that's fine. Are you gonna take the ticking off?
Why?
We're gonna buy new some of this, I guess.
We're replacing all the fabric if we're
That's fair.
still going to end up covering this.
That's fair. Okay.
We just need to figure out how to get these out now.
Well, these ones look to be just they're gravity fitted, except for these the fabric pieces. Yep.
Now you're just ripping it apart with your bare hands.
Yeah.
Yep. It's come to this now.
Ah!
You okay?
I fired a staple somewhere.
Heather's just hulking out.
Just get some scissors and cut the fabric.
Here, just use this.
I'll use my own, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. If I take this all the way apart, I'm afraid it's just going to structurally come completely unhinged.
No, the frame will hold together.
A lot of staples in here.
It's more staples than wood.
True.
Done. Staples.
That's what I said after I finished being a graphic designer there. I wonder if there's some sort of special maker's mark in this. Like a secret that someone put in there.
Beyond the other.
This is
Maybe that's what that stain was.
This is how. This is how professional, like, I don't want to say boutique, but kind of furniture is made. Like the kind of shit you can buy at Dodds in town. It's like a lot of it looks very nice on the outside, and on the inside it is finished very cheaply.
Yep, this is pretty common furniture design.
Yeah, when you go to Walmart, this is what you buy. That's why IKEA is so great, because when you get IKEA stuff, you're like, I know it's all particle board, but I can see all of it. I have no illusions about what it is that I bought.
People in the chat were suggesting just being like, come in for the next episode with just an IKEA ottoman. Like, look what we have.
Just gonna build an IKEA ottoman. Could probably actually find a way to IKEA bang. What do they call it? IKEA hack?
No, IKEA Bank sounds
Yeah.
much more interesting.
Yeah. Probably a way to IKEA bang some of this together.
I wouldn't even burn this.
Wow.
This is not even. There's so many staples in here that you would just ruin your fire pit.
Yeah.
Is what's going on. This is.
Ian is not joking. There are indeed a lot of more staples in this thing.
And then there's that stain that contains I don't know what chemicals.
Yeah, that stain was a surprise.
Yeah, I think Kit Bash IKEA
Kit bash?
IKEA Bash.
Sure.
I think
bash
IKEA
sounds
Bang is something different.
An IKEA,
Although it might still involve an ottoman.
Yeah.
we're gonna IKEA bang you.
I don't think IKEA makes anything like this also.
Come on, you.
That is the thinnest chipboard.
Well, that's the idea, right? Like it's only supposed to be the interior of that thing. We're probably going to use some of that again when we make the new version of it.
I think you may want to discuss that.
I'm not buying like fucking half-inch plywood to put in the bottom of what is essentially, I'll put a nice big cross in the bottom, maybe some 1x4s to reinforce it, but I'm not going to buy like a really robust piece of plywood that basically just lines the bottom of my ottoman. It doesn't have to be terribly structural. It's going to hold blankets. If I could make it lighter, I would.
A lot of care.
And some other stuff.
This has foam in it. This one does not.
I like the idea of in order to make the Ottoman, buy a dresser, and then just kind of go from there.
That's funny too. When I move and I take all of the drawers, the beautiful intricate drawers, in this very, very old dresser that I have out, the interior looks a lot like this. It's very thin pieces of wood that are basically holding the rest of it.
See, now that's I've been reading some articles about furniture design recently, and the attitude of certain designers, specifically the designers who take the care into choosing what wood to put on the back of the dresser.
Yeah.
The idea that if you do put just the cheap stuff down there, you'll still know.
Yeah.
And it will still be there, and it will still be an inferior product because of it. So there's something to be said for using quality components even in the parts you don't see.
I mean, if you're talking about like IKEA, like the standard Billy bookcase, the back is actually so thin that it's actually folded into three.
It's basically just pressed paper.
Yeah.
But IKEA makes no bones about being better than it is.
Yeah.
It's very upfront with you about this. You are buying disposable furniture, and when they make their furniture that is not just the disposable cardboard with veneer, they make a big deal about the fact that, yes, this is solid wood. This is a higher standard of construction. Like, that's why I look at this radio and I see the veneer on the side and I see it's chipping, and I love the look of this, but I see the box and I think I can build that better, and then I will be happier with it because of it. Something I can actually put a good polish into.
So what's the...
How do you make an Ottoman? Well, first
You must create the universe.
when an Ottoman and an Ottowoman love each other very much.
Are you reading dad jokes off of the
Now
chat?
Now the chat is just doing dad jokes. It's pretty solid.
You all right? Did you get caught on the staple?
Nope. I thought I had a splitter, but I think I'm fine.
Well, I'm going to ask right now, how much do you want to get done tonight now?
I would like to finish getting these boards out, which
Okay.
I think I can do fairly quickly if Beach will stop moving the dangerous wood.
I want to get this out of the way so it doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, well, I can get out of the way.
As it spins directly into your face.
Alright, well, it's not going to come out apparently. Not without a lot more effort. So I'll leave it alone. You can drag a piece of foam across it.
I'm aware of where it is. I think I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's mostly just tacked down with staples on the sides,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm just cutting the fabric loose. Because I can't quite seem to knock it out with my bare hands. Are there any more dad jokes, Paul?
You want dad jokes?
I'm just curious.
I haven't seen any too much.
Chat?
But
get
now
on
that you've said that, I'm sure we're going to see some.
They'll be fast and furious. Oof. I feel like there's a better way to do that.
Yeah, cut the fabric. You've got a knife.
Yep. Let me get in there.
Neat.
Got the shot this way.
Oh, nice. Be careful what you play with that Bluetooth radio. If you play too much pop, you'll have to take it to the Bluetooth dentist.
Oh.
Thank you, chat.
I asked my dad for a dad joke. They should call this episode "The Ottoman Empire Strikes Back." That's an official, certified dad joke there.
Nice.
Last time I saw this many staples was when I filled my stapler. I don't know if that's a dad joke, but I just kind of like that.
Yeah.
Good yank. Okay.
Yeah.
Heather
Not quite.
smash.
Oh,
Actually, give me a. Oh. You okay?
yep. This got caught on the fabric.
Let's turn this over. I don't want to kneel anymore. We're gonna have to vacuum in here.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably needed it anyway. This is actually going to be a pretty good window by the time you're done with it.
Yeah. I mean, at least I'll be good at something.
So, was this an Ottoman that you guys had actually been using as an Ottoman?
Oh yeah.
Alright, I take it you didn't need it as an Ottoman anymore.
No, it's been sitting on its side at our new place for the last few weeks because we've been trying to get everything put away. Do you want to explain what's been going on? So, yeah, we got this a few years ago, and we found it just takes up too much space in our room. So we've been spending. This has just been sitting on its side at our new place for about I guess the better part of a month now. We knew what we wanted to do was cut it in half, make two of them because you can use them as benches. And it'd also be good for storage. You can put blankets and pillows and like all of our controllers and stuff that go inside. And we were gonna seal it, like put. We're gonna, instead of having the pass through, we're gonna actually seal the sides up and make buckets. Like take the squares out of the fabric and actually make buckets for things to pass through. Now that I look at the underlying structure of it, because now we actually got a chance to see it, it's gonna need an awful lot of work, and plus. Chopping it in half is going to be even more difficult because we won't be able to properly chop it directly in half. We would basically have to cut it, leaving the one of the spars intact, and the other two will then have to have a new spar. Like you have to build a complete new side for one.
Yeah, like you definitely would be rebuilding this thing anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my
Like-
professional opinion, this is far. What you want to do with this is far more work than it is worth.
It's like what you want sounds great,
Yeah.
but this is not the thing to start with to
Like,
make that
It's
happen.
not. It's not like the construction of it is. The construction of it is so industrial.
It's not
I
even.
don't think it's worth trying to like.
It's not even industrial. This is.
No, this is how they would build it in a factory.
Yes,
They have giant air
yes,
stations.
But it's
that
garbage.
doesn't. No, Heather is actually correct in her assumption. What we've done is we've made garbage. These materials are not materials from which to build something. These are. Yeah, if you used these to try and make something else, you would make something lesser than it already was. I worry.
So this has been less an Ottoman building process or recovering, and more just a disassembly for throwing away.
Well,
Well,
in the end, I mean, I'm not the one who gets to decide this, but that's what I would suggest. Conversely, this isn't a wasted project either. This, like,
we learned a lot.
yeah, when you open things up, you find out what things are made of, and you learn what can and can't be repaired. And like, if this were if the problem with this Ottoman were just that the bottom piece was cracked and it's too saggy, we would have learned that was an easy fix. But one of the bigger problems with this you were having was you didn't like the upholstery and you wanted to reupholster it, right?
Yeah.
And what we learned is that it's not really reupholsterable.
Live with an Ottoman.
I completely disagree with that assessment. We can completely reupholster this if we could go right back to what we have already. It's turning it into 2 Ottomans that's going to be the difficult part. We could completely recover this thing, put brand new fabric on all of it. It would go back to the way that it was, but it wouldn't solve the problem of what it is we're trying to do.
Live with an Ottoman for 3 years. Sit on that Ottoman. Put your drinks in that Ottoman. Put your feet on that Ottoman. But when you take the fabric off that Ottoman, on that day, that is when you know that Ottoman.
It's not wrong. So, I mean, this is the mess we've created.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I mean, this would have to completely come out.
That's fine.
This, I'm not
It's the
sure about.
pieces-
Which
It's the
part are
pieces
you
on the
looking
other
at?
side that are the problem, where the veneer is. Those are like bowed and awful.
Yeah.
And that means once you
And-
cut them, they're not going to hold up anything.
Well, and here's some other, like, again, it's full of staples, so it's not really. Would you staple it back together?
No, you'd have to screw it.
Which means that you'd have to take all the staples out. Because you certainly wouldn't want to saw through this wood without removing
I mean,
everything that would be in the way.
sawing here.
Yeah, like we can chop off the excess bit we don't need.
If we
But
cut it,
ultimately,
so instead of trying to make it into 2, if we cut it, so we keep this crossbar like we
Yeah.
cut here.
yeah.
So this crossbar is actually one that goes all the way across. So if you wanted to make the cut, you'd have to make it in this direction. It would be the best choice too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fine. That is the correct direction. But like, if we keep this and we just cut off the one, I mean, we lose half of it, but
Mm-hmm.
we can get rid of this.
Mm-hmm.
It might work out okay.
Let's see here. So you also need to chop these pieces that used to hold up the thing, because that's one piece of wood. So you're going to need to trim along here.
Well, yeah.
Which
That's
is a
true.
separate cut. Like it's doable. If you were.
This is the shitty one, so if we cut that part off, get rid of half of this, maybe. And this would have to come out, we have to replace this anyway,
Yeah, because we have to make a new end.
because there
for
has
it.
to be a thing here. Do you want to keep trying? Do you want to go for that?
What time is it?
Not
No, I
tonight.
just want to know what time it is.
9:16.
We should wrap up the show then.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I can't make a firm decision, I think, until we've talked a little more about it.
All right. Well, I think I'm as far as I can get. I'll regardless.
Yeah, this is pretty well broken down into its component pieces.
Yeah. I mean, I accomplished what I set out to do tonight.
That's a thing. What more can we ask for? So I guess we'll end the show there, but not, of course, before we welcome the new subscribers and resubscribers
Yeah.
of the show so far. Paul, do you have those for us?
I do indeed. Let's do this. See if this works.
They can't all be successes.
They don't have to be, right?
Yep.
So let's try.
Yeah. Dr. Seuss is a new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, Dr. Seuss. Welcome to the show.
Cameo 7, new subscriber. Thank you for being here. Cameo 7, welcome back again.
What the?
We appreciate your continued support. Dr. Seuss is also a new subscriber.
Okay. One sec. Something's weird here.
And we'd like to welcome Dr. Seuss, who is a new subscriber.
Cameo 7.
Okay, clearly it's
And
happening.
Cameo 7, who is also from Somerset.
I mean,
That's
we
subscribe-
appreciate all those people.
We really do appreciate that subscriber, Wang. While Paul's looking into that to see if there are anyone else that we've missed, I'd like to mention that you can find all the great shows of Loading Ready Live and Loading Ready Run over at loadingreadyrun.com, which has a link to our schedule for all of our streaming, links to all the shows that we do, both live and recorded, and we'd like to thank all of you who choose to support us over at twitch.tv with your subscriptions and through patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It keeps the lights on.
All right, let's try this again.
Okay. Trayon with 4 months of subscriptions. Don't hurt the better Durian.
Thank you. Uberwitz, 13 months. Wiring out for... I can't remember how to say that person's name.
Harambe!
Harambe. Sakurazaki 1023 for 30 months of resubscription. Saved all this week specifically for TTSF. Thanks. Keep up with the great work. Thank you so much, Sakurazaki.
Shallow Kitty, 21 months. Sub hype for my fave internet DIY show.
Thank you so much, Shallow Kitty. Freezer Assassin with 25 months of resubscription.
Been freezing S
Yep, I'm going to
in the
need
assassin.
for all those sick burns we've done.
Malfunked for 31 months.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Malfunct.
sticking around.
Gravity Pike has 29 months of resubscription. Delicious couch meats. Oh, Gravity Pike, you don't get
want
to
it.
smell.
You don't want. Transcast, new subscriber. Thank you for joining the subscriber ranks.
Thank you, Transgas.
And thanks to all those people, and also thanks to the people who threw in some bits or some cheer things during this event.
The bits.
So thanks to Stofern, Setlock, Admiral Memo, the Flanman 5, the Oven Bird, and that's it.
The Flanman 5? Oh, that's a great name.
The Flanman
There
5.
were
like
4
it.
other Flanmans out there.
I know.
I think it's like an R&B group.
Ooh, yeah.
Neat.
It's
Excellent.
Flan and the Flanman 5.
Who's got the plan? She got the Flanman. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for watching tonight. We will be back again in 2 weeks' time. I don't know if we will be next.
I don't.
That'll be packed.
That'll be PAX.
We will be back in 3 weeks' time. Or it'll be Matters of Import. One way or the other, you'll see me. Beach might be there, probably either in voice or in gaming. Who knows? Next stream coming up is tomorrow, New Day Tuesday. We don't know what we'll be playing yet because it's new.
No, we do.
We do know what we will be playing,
It's
Deus Ex.
Graham.
and it is Deus Ex, and
Yeah.
it is Graham who will be playing that. Anyway, check out loadingreadyrun.com for the schedule to find out what's coming up next in your area whenever you watch this. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.
Take care.
And I did want to. I think we just worked out because people were away and stuff. We hadn't. We don't have the stream ad this week, but I think we worked out that it's going to be Overwatch on
Wednesday.
Yeah.
CTS on Wednesday. So
Cool.
look forward to that.
Take care, everyone.
Ever forward, never
Never
learning.
leaving.